Yeah, welcome back to CITITV Sports. My name is Bennett Oliver. I'm the Parks and Recreation Director for the City of Douglasville. And tonight we're on location at New Manchester High School, and we've got a special guest with us. We have Connie Crafts. She's the principal of New Manchester High School. Connie, welcome.
Thank you, Bennett. It's a pleasure to have you guys here with us tonight.
Yeah, and this is a great facility. This is the first time I've been here. Tell us a little bit about it. I know you're awful proud of this facility.
Well, as you can see, we've got a beautiful turf field.
Right.
And it just makes for a wonderful football experience. So we're just delighted to have this as our New Beginnings night. Homecoming next year, but New Beginnings this year.
Yeah. We were talking to the guys from North Springs High School, and we were kind of showing off the field, and they're like, well, you know, everybody has one of these in their county. And we were like, well, this is the only one in Douglas County. I know you're proud of it, and it's a beautiful facility.
Yes, it is, and we are very proud.
Yeah, and this is your first varsity game.
Yes, it is.
So it's a big test for your team
Yes,
tonight.
it is.
So I know you're looking forward, and we're pulling for them. We got alongside me Rodney Moreland and Miko Bursich. And so we're looking forward to a great football game.
Wonderful. We're excited, and Jags are going to win.
Well, I look forward to it. So we're going to throw it down to Fred Perry and Marcia Hampton. They're down on the field.
Everything is new here.
All right, Miko, we talked a little bit about North Springs High School. You know, they're located right there off of Roswell Road. I think they're struggling a little bit this year.
Yeah, I'm talking to the coaches and watching the pregame. Seems like they're going through a rough stretch right now.
Yes, they are, but, you know, tonight they could, you know, start something new. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, and as far as New Manchester, this is their first varsity game. They've been playing junior varsity teams, but they've had success. They're 3-0. But this will be a step up the ladder for them tonight. They're going to be playing a varsity team, and certainly a big test for them. I talked to Rob Cleveland this week earlier, you know, and he was talking about his team has a lot of speed, but he said his team's very young. They only have 2 seniors on the team. They have 8 juniors, and he said they don't have a lot of strength. There's a lot of sophomores and freshmen. He hasn't had a lot of time to get them in the weight room. And so that's going to hurt them in the third and fourth quarter, I believe. You know, I think that, you know, late in the game, those things kind of catch up with them. You don't have to teach speed. You're kind of born with it. But, you know, that weight room training kind of carries over into the third and fourth quarter, and that's when it really shines. So we'll see what happens tonight. I think it's going to be a test for them. But they've looked good in the junior varsity games they've played. So I think they may have a chance. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they'll have a pretty good chance. Running the wing T outfits, which can be confusing for a lot of defensive teams. We'll just have to see what Coach Rob unveils out here tonight. And since this is his first chance of playing a varsity team, I think Coach Rob is ready for the task.
Yeah, and we're debuting a new member here on CITITV Sports tonight. Marcia Hampton's joining us, and her and Fred's down on the field with a special guest, so let's throw it to them.
All right, we ready?
Take it away, Fred.
All right, thank you. Thank you. As Bennett so nicely said, we are presenting our new cast member this evening, Marcia Hampton.
I'm
Welcome.
Marcia Hampton, Community Development Director with the City of Douglasville and an avid football fan.
Absolutely, and we have with us here the Athletic Director here at New Manchester, this absolutely beautiful facility. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We're definitely blessed that Douglas County school system has been able to build such a fine facility for us.
Absolutely. It looks like you all are building your fan base, good fan turnout here tonight. What's the prognosis for the school team this year?
We have an excellent football team. We're very young right now, but we have a great coaching staff, great kids, and everybody understands that we're building. So we've been relatively patient, and I think we all have a good mindset to build this program.
Absolutely, Marcia.
And what are some of the things you think you're going to have to do this year to move on to next year and build this team to the aspirations that you desire?
Naturally, we're working on funding. We have an awful lot of kids that want to be part of this football team, but we were only able to fund about 112 sets of equipment so far. Naturally, we want to build and we want to get bigger as far as participation, but we want to get bigger, stronger, faster, maintain good grades in the classroom, maintain great behavior in the hallways and in the community. So as long as we can work on those things and get those things accomplished, we're going to be quite successful in the future.
Well, That sounds exciting. We look forward to what you do tonight and definitely moving on. And we hope that folks out there are listening and being able to support you guys in your efforts and what you want to do for this year and moving forward.
Absolutely. Sean, thank you for being here tonight. We're looking forward to a very competitive game this evening, and good luck to your Jaguars.
And thank you so much for you guys coming out and supporting us and these children. And we have a great group of parents, great group of kids, and we're looking forward to a long and successful future.
We hope that the best for you. Back to you, Bennett.
All right, looks like got about 2 minutes before the kickoff. It looks like New Manchester won the toss, and they elected to receive. So New Manchester is going to get the ball. We're going to get to see that wing T offense, see what we can do here.
Yeah, we're going to get a look at that wing T early and see what Coach Barkins has for us.
Looks like they play 2 quarterbacks. Looks like Reggie Hall and Trey Wilson. We don't know which one's going to start. They're both young. Talked to Rob earlier in the week, so we'll see which one starts, see which one comes out at starting quarterback.
Well, he talked like Wilson was going to be a starting quarterback. He just didn't know how long he was going to be able to go because of some injuries that he had. So we'll see what happens with Wilson tonight.
Looks like we got a pretty good crowd here at New Manchester. The big Jaguar in the center of the field, the synthetic turf that everybody's been talking about. So we're getting ready for kickoff. New Manchester sports the, I guess, kind of Georgia-looking colors. They got on the silver breeches. They got on the red jerseys with the silver hats. North Spring High School's got on the purple pants with the white shirts, orange letters with the purple helmets. So,
well, I think they're more like Ohio State. What do you think about that, Bennett?
The Buckeyes? Yeah, kind of resemble the Buckeyes. So.
This is their first varsity test. Kickoff's soon awaiting. Do we have any predictions over here?
Well, I know Bennett don't want to hear this, but North Springs kind of looks like those Gators.
Yeah, the big week for Gator Alabama fans this week, but we won't bring that up. We're talking high school football tonight and college football tomorrow. So, well, North Springs is getting ready to kick off.
Back to receive is Ronnie Hall and Brandon Hightower.
We have a windy night here at New Manchester High School. Looks like a cold front's coming in tonight, so it's going to be a cool night, which is something different than we've had all year. So I think fall is finally here. What do you think, Rodney?
Well, I call that a great night for football. Anytime you get this kind of weather, I think that's what the kids really looking forward to, the kind of summer we had.
Pretty good trip for the North Springs fans. A couple of fans here. Maybe they'll roll in a little later, but pretty good haul from Roswell Road. So I'm going to get the clock set here, or reset. We're ready for the kickoff. Looks like number 6 for North Springs going to kick it off. And looks like we are about set to begin. It's like a little short pooch kick. Number 12 for New Manchester kind of bobbles the ball, goes back to about the 10-yard line and falls on it. Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 for New Manchester from about the 9-yard line.
I'm sure that's not what Coach Cleveland was hoping for, but he'll have to make the best of this field position he has right now.
Yeah, a little pooch kick was kind of effective, I would say. So it looks like number 3. It's going to be Trey Wilson. Looks like he's going to start out at quarterback.
So let's see how deceiving this wing T is today.
There's a stoppage of play.
Like Ronnie Hall's a lone running back.
A lot of motion going on.
Looks like it's going to be a procedure against New Manchester. That's going to back them up. We'll see what the call is.
Well, they stepped it off. It's a 5-yard penalty, and looks like New Manchester have to start from the 5-yard line.
Yep, it's going to push him back. Bring up a 1st and 15.
Well, I'm sure that's not the way the Jaguars want to start, but we'll see if they can get this thing going.
Trey Wilson under center. He's going to hand it off. Little sweep around to the right side. It's going to pick up about 3 yards, it looks like.
That gives them a little breathing room. Brings up about a 2nd and 10.
Like number 25, Darius Melbourne, picked up about 3 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and looks like 11 to go. Ball sitting on the 9-yard line. Looks like a straight dive play off the right side. It's going to pick up a couple.
Yeah, that dive play, that's something we'll see a lot tonight with this wing T offense.
Yep, that's the center of the offense. Most of the time you fake that dive play, you can either give it to the fullback coming through. Quarterback can either fake it, run it himself, or give it to the wing back coming around on the sweep.
Yeah, the Spartans seem to have an 8-man front, and they are going to test the Jaguars' ability to throw the ball.
Oh.
Well, that's our first
There's
trick
it
play. It looks like it's good.
Number 81, he's loose.
Great catch by number 81.
Tyler Jackson.
That was a halfback pass.
Yep, Tyler Jackson threw the ball. We don't have the name of the gentleman that caught it, but it looks like about an 80-yard pickup. No flags on the play. I take that back. I see one down on the goal line. This one could be coming back.
You had to give a little credit to the DBs for the Spartans not giving up, tracking them down.
Yep, but there is a flag setting on the goal line all the way back, and I believe this one's going to come back. What do you think?
Roughing the passer.
Oh, roughing the passer. That play's going to stand. This is going to be 1st down on the 18-yard line for New Manchester. Great play, great halfback pass.
That was well
17-yard
executed.
line.
Yep.
Coach Cleveland's pulling out all the stops early. He's not taking any chances with this team.
Yeah, I believe that may have been the kitchen sink starting off the 1st quarter.
Yeah, North Springs did open 0-3, but looks like Coach Cleveland, he's not believing any of that. So he's going to give them all he's got.
Well,
Absolutely.
Their first varsity appearance, I mean, you got to pull all your tricks out the bag.
Yeah, Coach Cleveland, he's been running this wing T for a long time. He learned this under Coach Gresham down there at Carrollton, and it's something he's carried on. I think he's going to do a good job with it.
He's got some players on the sidelines, too. He's got a full squad. I mean, they've got some athletes here.
Yeah, just talking to some of the coaches around the county, I understand that he's got some talent, so don't be surprised what we see tonight.
Yeah, we talked to him earlier in the week, and he said, some kids that were at other county high schools that just weren't getting the playing time had came over, along with the kids that were in this district. So great opportunity from some kids that weren't getting playing time to come over and, show their talent. So
1st and 10, here we go.
Sweep to number 25. He's coming around the right side all the way down to about the 7-yard line.
That's another example of what this wing T can do for you.
Yeah, that's the wing back coming all the way around from the wing back position. Just fake the dive play, give it to the guy swinging around. Picks up about 4 yards.
Yes, that was a great run by Darius Meeburn.
It certainly was, and already North Springs seems to be on their heels.
With 9:58 to go here in the first quarter, it's going to be a first and goal for New Manchester. There's a dive play straight up the middle. Number 1 gets caught up. It's going to gain a couple of yards. It's going to be first and goal from about the 4-yard line.
The kids seem to have bought into this offense that Coach Cleveland has installed, so I think Coach Cleveland's got something here.
I think right now they're manhandling the defensive line of North Springs.
It's quite an impressive drive for the first varsity game.
It certainly is. We'll see if they can keep this up.
When you look at New Manchester's offensive line, they're not really big. You know, he talked about that. You know, his weight program hadn't really kicked in yet, but don't look like they're overpowering the defensive line. They're just looks like they may be faster than them getting off the ball, but it doesn't really look like they are bigger than the North Springs defensive line. Got a flag on the play here.
It appears it's against the New Manchester Jaguars.
And that's going to back them up about 10 yards.
Yeah, they'll probably take the play. It was 3rd and 5. It looks like it's going to be a holding penalty.
Actually, I think that was an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Oh, really? That's going to be the big variety.
Yeah, it takes them from the 5 all the way back to the 20-yard line.
So that's going to be third and goal with 9:04 to go here in the first quarter.
I know you was talking about that offensive line not being very big for New Manchester. Well, when you run the wing T, you don't really need very big guys because the blocking consists of a lot of angle blocking.
Yep, speed.
Do you have a lot of linemen that are pulling, taking great angles?
Yep, speed more than strength. Like a little busted play here. It's going to still on his feet, but he's going to be brought down around the 22-yard line. So that's going to bring up around about a 4th and goal, unfortunately, about a 4th and 22. So it's going to bring up about a 39-yard field goal. So I don't know how good of a field goal kicker they have, but this is going to be I guess that's the only choice that you have. They're going to call a timeout, it looks like, and think about it. I know the referee stopped time here, maybe.
Yeah, North Springs, they were able to break through the line and get after Wilson on that one. And, you know, I don't think the play ever developed.
Well, with a new program, it's hard to find a place kicker that can routinely kick a 39-yard field goal. So I don't know. They got a decision to make here. They're probably going to just go for it. I mean.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for it.
Yeah. So the clock's clicking down, 8:25 to go here in the first quarter. They're going to be forced, basically, to go for it on 4th and 22 from the 22-yard line, 4th and goal.
Well, if you air it out, it's a touchback. If it's an interception.
Yeah, I think you got to throw it in the end zone at least here, at least have a chance. I think another trick play is coming here. The guy's wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, New Manchester.
Got a wide receiver pass.
Yep. I think that was the same pass play they tried earlier and had success with an 80-yarder.
Well, like I said, Coach Cleveland's not afraid to reach into that trick bag.
Yeah, that's great. Great play.
So Darius Meebon's a key part of their offense.
He certainly is. He's been getting the ball at least every other play.
Well, that's a statement for New Manchester to go down their first offensive possession and put points on the board.
That's pretty
here
lengthy,
at home.
Pretty lengthy drive as well.
Exactly. Not only they put points on the board, but they drove that ball about 95 yards.
They did. Got pushed back to the 5-yard line.
The extra point is up.
The extra point is good. 7:57 left here in the first quarter. New Manchester takes the lead 7-0.
Well, I think the kicker might have answered a few questions. At least he did make that extra point.
He did, yeah. Impressive.
So here we go. We'll get to see what North Spring has on offense. You know, we don't know a lot about these guys. They hadn't scored a lot of points this year, but playing a team like New Manchester, being a new team, that might give them a chance to get their offense on track. What do you think, Bennett?
We'll see. I mean, I haven't heard a lot about the New Manchester defense, but speed's definitely important on defense. And talked to Rob earlier, and he said they had some speed. So we'll see. He described his defense as an 8-man front. He described it as a 3-5-3 defense where he kind of crowded the defensive line to kind of stop the run. So we'll see.
Exactly, that 3-5-3, that 5, it gives you an extra man, kind of rover type guy that can roam around and do a lot of things when things start to break down.
Looks like number 84, Britton Walton, is the place kicker for New Manchester. He's going to be kicking it off from the 40-yard line. It's going to be fielded around the 15-yard line. He's going to bring it straight back up the middle and be brought down around the 29-yard line. So North Springs High School will set up their first offensive possession from the 29-yard line with 7:51 to go here in the first quarter from New Manchester High School here in Douglas County.
It's not too bad of a field position to start out.
Now we get a chance to see what Coach Cleveland's defense is like.
Our first chance at North Springs offense. Looks like they go from a shotgun formation, kind of a wildcat. Number 7, Keaton, is the quarterback. He kind of rose and pitches it to the first man through. Going to be a pickup all the way to the 40-yard line.
It's like a late flag on the play.
It's going to be enough for the first down, but we're going to see what the flag is. I think it was thrown on the North Springs sideline, so it may be a late hit of some sort. One thing I do notice is North Springs, they don't have a lot of athletes on their sideline. Certainly don't have as many as New Manchester.
No, their sideline is not as full as New Manchester's.
They're slightly outnumbered.
Yeah, North Springs, they're kind of walking back toward their end zone, so this is going to go against North Springs, so they're going to be backed up here.
Yeah, the pickings are kind of slim over there on the North Springs sideline.
Well, we talked to the coach, said they haven't won a game in 3 years. So I guess their program's kind of down, or you can look at it as down or on its way up, either one.
Well, I think they're on their way up. According to what the coach told us, he said he had put in a good weight program for them, and he's going to try to get these kids strengthened up and see if he couldn't.
Yeah, look like they had some good-looking kids.
See if we couldn't get them moving.
Yeah, look, had some good athletes, some big athletes when we looked at them, so we wish the best for them.
That first play looked promising for them.
Yeah. Well, now the quarterback's going under center this time.
With a 2-back set.
Yep, the I backfield with a fullback leading the way. Yeah, they drew New Manchester off, so they'll be
get a couple yards back.
Yep. For some reason, it was 1st and 9 on that play. Must have marked that penalty off from the.
That was
from where the game was on the play. So that's gonna be 1st and 4 after the procedural penalty by New Manchester. So 1st and 4 for North Springs from the I backfield. Fullback goes straight up the middle.
There he goes.
He's loose and he's gone. He is gone. No catching him. So 2 offensive plays for North Springs High School, and they put points on the board.
That was a pretty good run by Tyler Hemphill, right up the gut.
Yeah, for a team that hadn't scored a lot, that looked pretty good. What's that, the second play from scrimmage, and they go all the way?
Yeah, 66 yards, and we looked online today. That may be their first score of the year.
That's why I referenced to the fact that Coach Cleveland is not taking these guys lightly. He's not believing that these guys are not a good football team.
Yeah.
Looking at a shootout tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Could be.
So with 7:26 to go here in the first quarter, I'm going to wait on the extra point to see if North Springs High School can tie this game up at 7-7.
Snap, the hole, Kick is up,
That was a
and
hot-
it is good. It bounced over the crossbar.
Hit the crossbar and bounced in. We haven't got a signal. It's good. Give it to him.
We'll take it.
It was a high snap, and kick was about 5 feet off the ground, hit the crossbar, and bounced in. So 7:26 to go here in the first quarter. We got a tie ball game, 7-7.
In a game like this, that was a very important kick because it could come down to something like that.
Well, I have a feeling that this is not going to be a low-scoring affair here tonight.
Exciting night of football in the future.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure Coach Cleveland was not happy about that defensive performance.
Now, Ronnie Hall is one of the back men for New Manchester waiting on the kickoff.
Fred seems to want to get in on action, so we're going to have to see if we can't find something for him down there.
We got to get it down to Fred. Fred, looks like we're going to have a shootout here tonight. What do you think?
North Springs has one of the guys late run onto the field. They was only with 10 out there. That wasn't going to be a good situation.
All right, here's a kick, another pooch kick. Ronnie Hall is going to come up and field it about the 20-yard line. Take it straight ahead, be hit about the 30-yard line. We've got another penalty flag. Looks like they're going to spot him around the 28-yard line. We'll see what the flag is going to be.
I think there's going to be a block in the back.
I see Coach Cleveland is not happy on the sideline, so we'll see. It's going to go against New Manchester.
Man, it's a holding penalty.
All right, Fred, we got a little shootout down there. What's going on?
It's looking pretty good down here. New Manchester started off with an excellent pass play, started the game off well. Went to a flea flicker of sorts to score that touchdown. Looked pretty good. But then the defensive line gave up a long run from scrimmage, and now we're tied up. It's looking like it's going to be a good game tonight. What you think, Marcia?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game, and North Springs, I think, took advantage of the fact that they didn't waste time. They went ahead and scored. They knew that New Manchester had taken off some time off the clock, so let's go ahead and tie the game up before we get too far ahead. So
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be a good game.
Both these teams look like they have a lot to prove. Back to you, Bennett.
I tell you what, Marcia makes you look a lot better down there, Fred, by the way.
Thank you, Bennett.
All right, so we're looking at 1st and 10 with 7:17 to go here in the first quarter. New Manchester back on offense. He's straight up the middle with the dive play. Looks like he's going to get a first down all the way out to about the 32-yard line. There's that dive play again, Rodney. I think we're going to see that a couple of times here tonight.
Yeah, I said that earlier. You know, that's one of the big plays in this wing T offense is that dive.
I think North Springs might as well get used to seeing it because I think they're going to see it several times. Clock continues to tick down. We've got under 7 minutes here in the first quarter. It's going to bring up another first down for New Manchester. Quarterback under the center. Straight dive play, straight up the middle. He bounces off. Looks like he's going to pick up about 6 yards. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 4. There's Ronnie Hall kind of racking up some yards here tonight.
Yeah, he did. He bounced out of there, but he kind of lost ground when he did. So if he better keep that ball moving forward and not come out. What do you think, Miko? You think North Springs is going to be able to hold up?
I think they're going to be pretty tired if they keep running this wing T. All these options just wearing them down and wearing them down.
Yeah, that's what it does to a team.
They don't have too many players on the bench to have substitutes.
That's a great point. Wilson's back to pass. He's going long. He has a man out there. Incomplete.
And I think the receiver just got his legs kind of tripped up.
He was wide open.
Just couldn't get turned around. Well, I think it's kind of obvious what Coach Cleveland's wanting to do. He just kind of runs that dive play 2 or 3 times up the middle and then just kind of springs it out either to that flea flicker pass or just, goes long. But obviously he's not scared to throw it long. He's thrown it 4 or 5 times deep. So that's kind of impressive with a young quarterback. I think that quarterback's a sophomore, he told me.
Yeah, he is really impressive, the quarterback. And he's not a little guy.
No. Good arm. I mean, he threw that ball 40 yards in the air. So
he seemed to be perfect for this system.
Yeah. Looks like New Manchester's going to call timeout here with 5:56 to go in the first quarter.
Well, being a new program, this offense is a constant work in progress. So Coach Cleveland had to gather the guys up and make sure everybody's on the same page before they can go forward with this.
Well, you just got the impression the other day when I talked to him that he's ran this offense for several years. And once you do that, it's kind of like the Notre Dame box that several coaches run. They run it for so many years. They're just used to it. And once they come to a new program, they instill it in these kids. And it takes a couple of years for the kids to learn it. But they just stay with it. They just keep running it, even if it's boring. Some of the kids think it's boring, but, it just works. It's kind of like the wishbone with Bear Bryant. He just ran it. It was boring, but you know what? They just keep winning and winning and winning. And so I think I get the same impression with Coach Cleveland. He's going to stick with this offense, and the kids are going to run it.
The key is getting a group of kids that he can have for 2 or 3 years with this offense, all playing, together for a couple of years. I think that means a lot for Coach Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he said he has speed now. Once he adds a little strength to that speed with his workout program he was talking about, it's just going to make it better. So, it looks like what he's doing here is all good. I think he's on the right track.
Well, here we go, 3rd and 6.
Reverse, number 9 all the way around. Got one man to beat.
Shakes a couple tackles.
Yep. He ran about 50 yards to pick up 2.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And looks like New Manchester is going to have to back up and punt.
Yeah, and North Springs is going to get a little field position here. Looks like they're going to be kicking into the wind.
That can be good and bad.
See what kind of leg Reggie Hall has, being a punter.
Yeah.
You know a little bit about punting, don't you?
A little bit. I never like to punt into the wind. I know that. Well, it was a low kick and a short kick with a pretty good bounce, but he's only going to get about 26 yards out of it, it looks like. So with clock rolling under 5 minutes here in the first quarter, we've only seen 2 offensive plays from North Springs High School, but that's all it took for 7 points, so we'll see what happens here.
Those 2 plays were pretty impressive.
Especially the second one. Went for 66 yards, so didn't take a lot.
Well, let's see if they can. New Manchester can shore up this defense and make a stand right here.
Yeah, first play, the guy went from shotgun. The quarterback did. The second play, he went under center, so he's going to go up into the center here. Got an eye backfield with 2 receivers split out. Going to take the snap. Little counter play to the right side. He's going to lose about 4 yards.
I think that defense got the message when they went to the sideline.
Yep. Defensive coach probably had a little talk with him. 4:40 to go here in the first quarter. Looks like it's going to bring up a 2nd and 14 for North Springs High School. Got a pretty good crowd rolling in here at New Manchester. So 2nd and 14 for North Springs High School.
This crowd seemed to have grown. New Manchester is getting a lot of support here tonight.
Yeah, it's a big crowd.
I think it has something to do with this first varsity game and this fall weather.
Yeah,
Didn't hurt, did it?
I think it's homecoming here tonight, so that may bring out some folks. So 2nd and 14 for North Springs. Looks like we're going from the spread offense this time. Quarterback, he's going to pitch number 4. Around the right side, he's going to pick up about 4 yards and get it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was tackled by a host of Jaguars.
Looks like Fred Marsh has picked up something for us. What you got, Fred?
Actually, nothing new right now. Just wanted to say that North Springs is kind of hard to believe that they haven't won a game in quite some time. This team looks actually pretty good out here. They've executed well. They are not afraid to pull out a trick play or two. It's kind of surprising that they haven't won a game. What do you think, Marshall?
Well, I will say that I think I will agree with Rodney when he said that the defense of New Manchester woke up after that first play.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle their possession at this time.
Yeah. North Springs, New Manchester is definitely not taking North Springs for granted. Looks like both teams are kind of cautious right now and not wanting to give up a big play. But once again, it just doesn't seem logical that North Springs hadn't won a game in quite some time. They're looking pretty good out there.
I agree with that. All right, back
Thank
to you guys.
Well, they did make their first attempt at a pass, but it was incomplete.
Brings up a 4th and 10 for the North Springs Spartans.
And of course, they'll be punting with the wind. And let's see what that does for them.
This has been a long first quarter. There's 3:44 to go in the first quarter.
It has been.
High snap.
It's like Jordan Thrash is back for New Manchester to receive the punt. He's not going to let it get to him. It's going to roll dead around the 34-yard line. So New Manchester's offense is going to take over about the 34-yard line. With 3:33 to go in this first quarter, still tie ball game, 7-7.
And starting with some pretty good field position.
Yeah. North Springs High School was just unable to get anything going on there on offense. 3 and out.
Let's see what kind of tricks that the Jaguars have in their bag today on this drive.
I think that was something Coach Cleveland just kind of want to get them on their heels, and he just going to stay with that wing tee and just see if he can't just run these guys right out of this stadium.
Yeah, just a toss sweep to the left side. Defense catches up with him. Looks like it's going to be a short gain of 2.
And that was Ronnie Hall on the carry.
Yeah, Ronnie Hall's been the workhorse for him offensively tonight.
He certainly has, and he's an impressive-looking kid, too.
So we're going under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Looks like it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for New Manchester. About time for that flea flicker again. What do you think, Miko?
Wouldn't surprise me if they did. I'm going with a reverse right here. I'm calling it. Have a little fun, get the kids buying in your system. Makes the game a little fun.
There you go, that waggle I was talking about. Wilson throws it, and it's incomplete.
I tell you what, that number 87, that tight end, he's a pretty large gentleman. Check him out.
Yeah, and he was a good ways downfield.
Who is that, Javier Braham, is that his name?
Third and 8 for the Jaguars. Ball on the 35.
Brings up a 3rd down and 8.
So quarterback Trey Wilson under center. He's going to roll to the left side. And he's going to be dropped for no gain. So
Actually sacked on that play.
It's like a loss of 1 yard back to the original line of scrimmage.
yeah, so going to bring up another 4th and 10. So they're going to have to punt it again. So both offensives, after a couple of impressive trick plays and long TD, kind of stalled here.
They certainly have stalled, I think they've both pulled out all their tricks early, and now they're back to what they do. So we're going to see how that goes.
Well, there's a spiral. Nice punt.
Looks like the ball's going to be down up the 37-yard line.
37-yard line. So with 1:52 to go here in the first quarter, North Springs High School will set up their offense.
Good field position for the Spartans.
About where they started last time. Still a 7-7 tie here at New Manchester High School. On on the south side of Douglas County. Beautiful facility. Beautiful night for high school football.
It certainly is. This is the kind of weather, you look for.
Quarterback under center. I backfield.
Wow.
Wrapped up for about a 2-yard gain.
Guys, you mentioned that it is absolutely a beautiful night for football, and I don't know if you all came down here before the game to get on this field. This is a beautiful field down here. Very professional. The turf is excellent. It's just very good conditions for football. From our vantage point, the fans, it looks like it's filling out down here. New Manchester, the Jaguars are bringing the folks out of the house.
Yeah, it's filling up.
Yeah, we got somebody special in the fans. I think Marcia has a mentee here with her.
Yeah, I decided I'd ask her to come on out. This is her high school, to watch her high school win tonight and see what it is that we do with CITITV. Maybe we can get her on camera. What do you guys think?
Thank you. Later on, you put her on. Let's see what she has to say.
See how much she can talk football?
Yeah, Fred, we came down before the game and walked the field.
What'd you think?
It's a great, and we thought that they may have to wear tennis shoes because of the synthetic turf, but that's actually the kind of turf that you can wear regular cleats because it has the recycled tires mixed in with it.
Absolutely.
And so
it looks like it has some sand in here too.
Yeah, so these guys can wear just the regular shoes, any teams that come here, so it's a great turf.
I'm pretty certain you guys wish you had this when y'all were in high school, right?
It's
That was a long, long time ago.
Rodney said he'd still be playing pro football somewhere if he had it. So.
It's unfortunate that we were not that lucky.
Well, we've come a long way.
We have. We've come a long way. Rocks and the glass and all that good stuff, you don't find that on these fields right about now.
Fred, those are actually rubber granulars they have on the field that acts as sand.
Oh, good deal. Good deal.
What do you do?
Good football conditions down here. It's going to be an excellent track. It's just a good facility out here.
Great facility.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Ooh, that was a big hit by the Jaguars.
Thanks, guys.
A host of Jaguars on that.
New Manchester's defense has really stepped it up. That was, I think that was 2nd and 20, and they've stopped them there. They've really.
Since that long run, there really hadn't been any movement out of this North Springs bunt.
No, they've made some adjustments, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 20. That's probably going to be the last play here in the first quarter. We got 16 seconds to go, so they'll probably let the clock run down and take it to the other end of the field. So, but not a lot of offense since those first possessions by each team. Defensive coordinators made the adjustments and really shut both teams down. So that's going to do it for the first quarter here at New Manchester High School. New Manchester 7, North Springs High School 7.
Well, what do you think about that, Miko? It was a lot of excitement in that first quarter.
Well, like I said, first drives for each team were pretty impressive, but defensive coordinator, made the adjustments, and that's what the game's about. Who can make the adjustments?
That's what it's all about.
But now the offense coordinator, we're going to have to make adjustments over there.
Oh, certainly. I think Coach Cleveland, like I said, whenever you're a new coach and you got a bunch of new kids and you've installed a system that this complex, it's not easy for all the kids to get on the same page. Okay, we're going to take it down to Marcia. I think she has a guest down there.
I have a special guest here with me, and why don't you tell me your name, young man?
Jalen.
And what do you do for New Manchester High School?
I'm a ball boy.
You're a ball boy, and you're 9 years old. What school do you attend?
Holly Springs Elementary.
And what do you think about New Manchester's play tonight?
Good.
Good. So how do you think it's going to end?
They're going to win.
Oh, of course they are. Well, this is my friend Jalen. He's out here, ball boy. Everybody remember those days, right? So we're going to keep it up. We're going to be rooting for New Manchester, and we'll see you later on in the game. Thank you.
Well, he certainly have a lot of confidence in his Jaguars.
All right,
brings up a 3rd and 20 for the North Springs Spartans.
Yeah, and New Manchester's kind of gaining some field position here, so they should be able to get the ball back, hold them here, and get the ball back in good position.
Yeah, it's 3rd and extremely long.
Got the clock set, and we're ready to go.
Looks like the quarterback still number 7, Kale, for North Springs High School. He's kind of been in and out under the center, been in a Wildcat a couple of times, so they're running a couple of different formations at New Manchester here.
Yeah, he's in a shotgun right now. It looks like they're going to try to throw the ball.
I tell you, I'm impressed with this crowd. They're rolling in.
I think
Certainly.
it's the smell of the ribs. Making me a little hungry.
Yeah, they had ribs and tilapia and all kind of stuff at the concession stand. Might have to check that out during the halftime show. I know it's we mentioned it's homecoming here, so it'll be an extended halftime show. Looks like somebody may have called timeout here.
Yeah, it is a festive atmosphere here at this New Manchester homecoming, you say?
Yep, good group of cheerleaders. We're going to throw it down to Fred. He's got one of the players for New Manchester. Who you got, Fred?
I got Darius Maben with us, the young gentleman who just scored that touchdown for New Manchester. Darius, take us through that play.
We just learned this play this week, so I didn't know how we was going to execute it. Then on safety, he shot down, so we was able to pull the play off. I acted like I blocked him, and I shot up, and then the pass was wide open. So.
Okay, you said you all just practiced this play this week. That looked pretty good. Went off without a hitch.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
And you said you're a sophomore, right?
Yes, sir. Sophomore.
Looking pretty good to be out there, young man.
Thank you.
All right. Back to you, Bennett.
That's what I was going to say, Fred. I was going to say asked him what grade he's in, because so he's a sophomore, huh?
Yes, he is.
A lot of young kids on this team.
Yes, it is. They look pretty good.
That's great.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, so back to the action here. 3rd and 20 for North Springs High School. Quarterback number 7, Kale's in the shotgun formation. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw it deep, one-on-one coverage, and knocked away by the New Manchester defensive back. So that's going to bring up 4th and 20 with 11:55 to go here in the first half. North Springs will be forced to punt.
And that was Terrence Jenkins back there defending that pass. That was a great job on the.
So Jordan Thrash is the deep man for New Manchester. He handles the punt returns. So he's standing about his own 45-yard line. So if he can catch this punt, he's backing up a little bit now to the 40.
Like Miko said, Coach Cleveland made the necessary adjustments on the defensive side.
Yep, short punt. It's going to get a North Springs bounce all the way to about the 40-yard line. Going to stop there. So New Manchester's offense is going to set up shop around the 39-yard line with 11:42 to go in the first half. 7-7 ball game here at New Manchester High School.
And that's great field position. Both of them had good field position these last few drives, but they just hadn't been able to do anything with it.
I'm going to tell you one thing, guys. Special teams is going to play a big part in tonight's game. We've had a lot of high and low snaps in the punting.
Yeah, remember what I said about that punt, about that extra punt that went over the crossbar? I told you that could be important. Yep.
So Trey Wilson's going under center in the wing T offense with one running back behind him.
The give is to Hall, and he's getting nothing. In fact, I think he lost about 2 yards. What do you think?
He was met about 3 yards behind the offensive line, driven back. I think they're going to give him forward progress to lose about a yard, which is a pretty generous spot from where I'm looking at it. That's going to bring up a 2nd and about 12 with 11:21 to go here in the first half. The crowd continues to pour in. Got a great crowd behind us here.
Yeah, they're streaming in. I imagine this halftime show is going to be something special.
Yeah, I can't really see New Manchester's band. I'm sure they're here somewhere.
Well, like Connie said earlier, this wasn't the homecoming. It was actually new
beginnings, I think she called it, or something like that.
Well, I'm glad you cleared that up, Miko.
Connie would have probably got on us after the show here, wouldn't she? By the way, this game is going to air tomorrow at 9 o'clock, so air several times next week. So I'm sure all the fans and all the players will be excited about that.
Yeah, the New Manchester people get to see what it looks like them on TV.
And as part of the festivities, New Manchester's band will be performing after the game. So all this crowd, I'm sure they'll stick around to see see the bands. North Springs brought a couple of their band members. The quarterback kind of aired it out over to the left side. Kind of went out of bounds. He took a shot too after the play. Looks like he got up. He's okay.
I'm not sure what that was. He just kind of heaved that ball up. I don't know if that was a fly pattern or.
Yeah, like one-on-one coverage, and just kind of took a chance, seeing if he could get separation from him.
Brings up an important 3rd down and 17 yards to go.
It does, and that's a long ways to go. We'll see what Coach Cleveland's going to pull out this time.
Well, I think he needs to be careful here. I mean, the ball's sitting on the 32-yard line. I just think he'll be conservative and.
There's an encroachment.
Yep. That's going to give them 5 more, which will bring up 3rd and 12, unless New Manchester moved, which might have been pulled off sides.
I think that was unabated to the quarterback.
Yeah, unabated, huh? I like that. Unabated or not, that's going to give them 5 yards.
Well, actually, that play never happened, so they'll walk off 5 yards, and here we go again.
We'll see if that 5 yards hurts him.
So 3rd and 12s, that might give him a little breathing room to try something, but I'm saying he's just going to hand this baby off and try to gain a little field position. Had 2 guys in motion that time.
I think that was an attempt to draw North Springs off and see if we could get just a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Timeout by Trey Wilson and the Jaguars.
I think that's their 2nd timeout of the half. So they got 1 more. As Coach Cleveland walks out, huddling up his troops.
Yeah, he want to talk it over. He doesn't look pleased with that last play.
Big tight end number 87 goes in.
Almost looks like the old Georgia tight end. What's his name? Leonard Pope?
Yep.
I don't know if Leonard would. Leonard was about 6'7", so I don't know if he's that tall.
We've got a roster here. We don't have any of the sizes on any of these kids.
10 minutes and 12 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Jaguars 7.
We'll have to have words with the information office down here at New Manchester High School about the information they gave us.
You know, you got to be impressed with New Manchester hanging in here with this seasoned varsity team. Would you say, Bennett?
Well, I think so. I think the first half they've held their own.
Because up until this point, I think New Manchester was thought of more of a junior varsity team.
Yeah.
So they've only been playing junior varsity teams. So this is a big test for them.
Yeah, they had no idea what to expect coming into a varsity team. Here's that flea flicker pass again. They're going to try it again, but North Spring was waiting for it.
Intercepted.
But this was as good as a punt, but unfortunately he's going to run it back and get some yardage back. He brings it out past the 50-yard line. Oh, number 52 nails him about the 47.
There's the flag on the field.
Brings him down. That's got to be a block in the back somewhere in that.
It's an interception and a great return by 24 there.
That's going to go against North Springs, so that's going to push him back a little bit.
Still there, wind up with good field position. Push him back about 10 yards, but
well, the original line of scrimmage was about the 46-yard line, so let's see what we gain by doing that. So it's going to go down to about the 42. So looks like we're going to gain about 14 yards by that. I think we probably could have done better with a punt.
Guys, you all have to admire the young man's ambition out here, New Manchester's quarterback. He is not shy about throwing that ball. That was a bad pass, but he's been looking pretty good tonight. He kind of floated that one out there this go around.
Yeah, Fred
intercepted it.
I think he's a sophomore too, Fred. So I mean, he's letting him air it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I will say that both offenses need to get something cranked up. Looks like there's nothing really working for either team.
No, and it looks like both teams are trying to establish the run. And outside of that 66-yard run that we just saw not long ago, hadn't been much going on either side of the ball.
Well, that last play was a quarterback keeper, and it looked like he picked up about 4 yards on it.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Fred Marshall. Since that first set of offensive possessions where they scored. We haven't seen a lot of offense at all. So.
Yeah, both teams look like they're starting to settle down now. And like I said earlier, it's kind of hard to believe that North Springs hadn't won a game in quite a while. They look pretty good. But both teams are starting to settle down, and it looks like it's going to be a kind of a defensive battle from here moving forward.
Yeah, so I guess that guess of a shootout is not necessarily going to happen unless they come back from halftime or something happens in this last 9 minutes of the game.
Marcia, who predicted a shootout?
Not so fast,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
We got plenty of football left.
I know we do, but I'm just saying.
But aren't y'all impressed with New Manchester, the fact that this is their first game against a varsity team, and they're not shell-shocked? I mean, they've held their own here in the first half.
Oh, I'm completely impressed, and I'm glad of the fact that after that quick score by North Springs, that the defense cranked it up.
Absolutely, they didn't fall apart. They, they got it all back together, and it looks like they, got back focused, and they're ready to go. Yeah. I am impressed with New Manchester. They look like they've been playing varsity all along.
Well, that picked up a first down there for North Springs, and I think that's the first down that they've had since early in the first quarter. So that's pretty much the only thing they've had going. So with 8 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in the half, we'll see if North Springs can put something together here before the half. So
yeah, that was a quick pitch, and he did get that ball out about 5 yards and pick up a first down.
And they had a reverse set up, but the defensive end for New Manchester came across and kind of spoiled that. So
swallowed up in the backfield.
Just a straight dive play from that wing tee, and it just didn't work.
And that number 4 for North Springs, that's Tyler Hemphill. He's a very impressive player.
Yep. So with 7:48 to go here in halftime, that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for North Springs. Quarterback number 7 from the shotgun formation.
Option.
Going to run an option sweep. Penetration from the New Manchester defense.
That's never a good play when you pitch the ball 6 yards into the backfield.
No, number 2 is Reggie Hall. He's one of their outstanding linebackers, we were told by the defensive coach, and he's made several plays tonight, and he was 5 yards in the backfield, so that's never going to work.
3rd and 18. That brings up a long 3rd down for North Springs.
Well, they go from the shotgun here, 3rd and 18. Nope, it's going to go under center in the I backfield.
Just throw it up in the air and hope to come down with it.
Got one-on-one coverage on both sides with one safety in the middle.
Back to pass, it's a screen.
And number 4 just didn't get out.
The screen plan was incomplete.
Number 4 just never got out of the backfield.
I tell you, they had that play set up very well, but they just didn't execute it.
Let's hope that the long snapper for North Spring gets off a good snap right here.
Yeah, he struggled last time. It was low.
Thrash is deep to receive.
Yeah, I think Thrash is a little deep. They're backing him up all the way to the 12-yard line. He's been deep all night long.
We've yet to see Thrash run one.
Yep, a high snap this time.
Good kick.
Maybe he'll get a chance. Well, he called for a fair catch.
Yeah, he caught it about the 21-yard line.
And he's hit.
Oh, that's going to add 15 yards.
Yeah, when he called a fair catch, you just can't go down there and hit him like that.
That's going to give us 15. That'll move it up to about the 36-yard line.
I'm sure he'll get an earful from the coaching staff over there on the sideline.
Exactly. That's not a smart play.
So with 6:34 to go here in the half, New Manchester will have it about the 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
Anytime you're in a game like this, you definitely don't want to give the team any more than you need to.
That's a good punt, too.
It was. And that's going to bring them out to the 37-yard line. Good field position again, but they just got to do something with it. They've had good field position these last 4 drives.
Yep.
You think the North Springs defense getting a little tired out there?
No, they seem to be holding up well.
We'll see if Coach Cleveland plays it conservative here and goes into the half, or if he wants to air it out a little bit. It's a straight dive play to number 1.
Bounces it outside.
As Ronnie Hall comes back the other direction. Going to pick up about 6 yards, 6, 7 yards.
And that's what you want to see a running back do. Keep those legs moving.
Bouncing off the wimpy tacklers.
Exactly. Hall kept. And I think Coach is relying on Hall to do a lot for him tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to get Fred and Marshall to get somebody to check and see what grade Ronnie Hall in. He's definitely the workhorse of that offense down there. We got timeout on the field with 5:58 go in the first half.
Is this an official's timeout?
I think North Springs called timeout.
Well, I don't see the players heading over there, and the officials seem to be talking to the sideline.
It might be an official timeout.
Whatever it is, I think they've got it ironed out.
Looks like we got everything settled.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 3 for the Jaguars. As the clock's running, 5:55 to go in the first half, 2nd and 4. Trey Wilson's a quarterback under the center, lone back. Got a man in motion. Trey Wilson hands off to number 5. And he's going to pick up the first down all the way to midfield.
Looks like it's good enough for a first down.
Yeah, the give was to the split end, and that was a great play. That's another sign of what that wing T can do for you.
Yeah, number 5's Rashad Avery. Picked up a first down.
You know, I think this is the first time they crossed midfield since that touchdown. What do you think?
I think you're right. Clock's about to roll under 5 minutes here in the first half. Still got a tie ball game here at New Manchester High School.
There's a lot of movement pre-snap over there.
Number 25 on the carry. Carry 0.
That movement is okay as long as you don't make any forward movement. Side to side, you can do all that you want.
Throwing off the defense a little bit. Would you say that this is the Delaware wing tee?
Hey, I like that, Biko. It certainly is.
Or is it more is it Bay City?
Well, this is more the Delaware variety.
I think this may be the Douglas County wing tee. That was 25, Darius Maybone. Picked up 5 yards coming out of his wing split tee position.
Bennett, one of you guys wanted to know what that classification on Ronnie Hall was. He's a sophomore. And they have a lot of sophomores, juniors on this team. It's a very young team they have here. Ronnie Hall looks good. You wouldn't know he's a sophomore out there.
Yeah, they've only got 8 juniors on this team.
Yeah. And Darius Mabin, 25, who scored that touchdown, he's a sophomore as well.
Yeah, really young team.
Yeah, good young talent.
That's going to be good for Coach Cleveland here the next couple of years. I'd like to see what these guys look like 2 years from now.
Well, Ronnie Hall shakes a couple tackles, gets 11 yards on that game for a first down.
Well, they're on the move again. Let's see if they can get this ball in the end zone.
Yep, clock still rolling. 3:53 to go in the first half.
First and 10 for the Jaguars. Ball on the 35.
Only one wide receiver split to the left side. Quarterback under center, just a straight dive play.
The give it to Hall.
Picks up about 10 yards, another first down.
It looks like another first down for the Jaguars.
I think Coach Cleveland's found something.
I think he's wearing them down.
If you notice, those last 3 plays is on that right side of the line, so I think Coach found something over there.
Yep. And if you'll notice those defensive linemen for North Springs High School, where their arms are at, looks like they're getting a little tired. Got their arms on their hips. Been out there for a while.
Well, Miko asked that question just a while ago if these guys were a little winded. What do you think, Miko?
I think it's starting to show right now. You got 3 minutes. They better put a stop to it real quick.
Guys, I'm sorry, I have a correction on the classification I gave you for Ronnie Hall. Ronnie actually is a junior. It's his brother, Reggie Hall, number 2, that's the sophomore. Still a lot of young talent on his team. He looks good, but Ronnie Hall is a junior. Sorry about that.
Yep. Number 1 and number 2, brothers. That was my next question, if they were brothers.
Well, from what I can tell right now, Fred, I think Coach Cleveland will take all the hauls he can get.
I would think so, based on this running game. They look like they found something, so I'd run the Halls too.
And there's one on the defensive side of the ball that looks pretty good too, Marsha. That's Reggie.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, we're going to wind the clock. Here we go. 2:45 left in the first half.
Second down for the Jaguars on the 22.
Big tight end, number 87, split to the left side. Number 1 straight up the middle. Going to pick up about 4 yards.
I'll tell you, that dive and that belly is starting to look pretty good here.
Yep.
What do you think, Bennett?
Nothing complicated about it.
Well, it's an important third down right here. They stick to their bread and butter.
This is Wing T 101, I guess.
Yep. And even though you don't have that fullback leading him into the line, you do have that wing back sneaking in there. If you'll notice, he dives in there to help block.
Yeah, that number 25, you know what? You have to pay attention to that guy, too. So you get a couple of guys like Hall and Melbourne, that can be really confusing.
Yeah. Number 25 in motion, circles back.
Timeout. I think Wilson saw something on that defense he didn't like, so he called the timeout.
Yep.
Guys, all the excitement you hear about in the fans, you see the actual homecoming court is coming out, and looking good out here. It's homecoming night.
Everybody looks lovely.
Yeah, I think that's bringing back memories for Marsha. Marsha, were you on homecoming court?
Well, I don't think I could afford these dresses, but I was.
Oh.
I was actually runner-up to the homecoming queen.
Oh, okay. I was on homecoming court as well. I wasn't exactly runner-up, though.
But we all know that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but Marsha, it doesn't sound like you took that runner-up too good.
I'll bring in my yearbook for you. It was all right. It was good. I'd take that. I'd take that. But also our football team wasn't that good either. That year we went 1-9.
Oh, okay. Bennett, Miko, Rodney, any of you guys on homecoming court?
I was not. I actually was on the playing field during that time, but
okay. But that's not an excuse now. I've seen some players on homecoming court.
Yeah, hey, my person I walked with was the quarterback. And he had to play that day.
There we go.
And that was the one game they won.
Hey. Marsha gave him a little special inspiration walking with her on homecoming court.
No, my daddy was actually looking at him like, y'all better win.
Right through the hands.
Thanks, guys.
That was incomplete. Yeah, Fred, I don't think that's something you see in the South is players going on to the homecoming.
Hey, I'm a Southerner. What are you talking about?
Yeah, in my defense, they did not allow that at my high school.
Thank you,
well,
Bennett.
That was a long time ago. I keep saying that.
I think the halftime speech is a little more important.
All right, well,
here we go.
We've still got a football game going on that I forgot about. We're going to have a field goal try here of 35 yards.
The kick is up, and
it's
is
long enough.
Good.
It's good. No, it's no.
It's not.
No, it's no good.
No good.
The referee kind of faked me out there. It was long enough.
It was
long enough. You got some good elevation on that kick. It looked good.
Yeah. Those officials did look at each other, and I guess they decided it was no good.
And we were talking to the coaches before the game, and that kicker has just been on the team for about 3 weeks. So
wow,
that was a pretty good effort.
Yeah, you said that, Bennett, but for our kicker that's only been out 3 weeks, he looks pretty good.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the distance.
To that point, Bennett, when I was talking with Darius, the gentleman who scored the touchdown, he said they only practiced that play this past week just one time. So we're seeing a lot of new material from New Manchester.
Yeah,
new kicker, new plays.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
The give is to the fullback, and he's stacked up down around the 22-yard line for only about a gain of 1 yard.
Yeah, we got fixing to go under a minute to go here in the first half. Still a 7-7 tie.
You have 3 timeouts, or do you just ride it out?
Well, at this point, I don't think you want to do anything. You just let the clock run out, go in there, make your adjustments, come back out, and get ready for the second half.
Yeah, I think you got to go in there and start drawing up some plays if you're North Springs High School.
Yeah, you don't want to do nothing crazy down here at this time. It's 1 minute left.
Nope.
Straight ahead they go.
Straight ahead.
Stacked up down around the 22-yard line. Only a gain of 1 yard.
It looks like we'll have one more play before halftime.
Yep, that should do it.
All right, kid. Play, man. 58 on the tackle.
And I think they're going to try to run one more play here. Takes the snap.
Takes it
The
outside.
give it to Hemp Hill. Hemp Hill takes it around the corner. And he'll be dragged down around the 33-yard line.
Looks like we're
First
going to have
down,
one
but
more
that's the
play.
end of the half.
Looks like we're going to have one more play. There's a little hanky on the field.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, there is some cloth laying there.
There's quite a few. Could be a late hit.
Well, we can't end on a penalty, so we'll have one more offensive play.
That should take the ball out to about the 45-yard line. And
So you think it's on New Manchester, huh?
I think so. I think it was a late hit out of bounds.
Late hit?
And if that's the case, then North Springs could have one more heave into the end zone. You think the quarterback can get it there?
Well, no, he can't get it there, but I don't think they'd even try it. I think you take the snap and head to the locker room.
I think it's worth a try.
Just stay mistake-free and go in with a tie.
Yep. Yep. I say you take a knee, Rod. All right, so we're going to have one more play here in the first half. Well, we had a very exciting 3 minutes, and then been a defense struggle since then.
It has
Not
been.
a lot of action, but I tell you what, it's been a good football game. Yeah, they're going to mark off the 15 yards. I guess it was a personal foul.
You know, Coach Cleveland has to be ecstatic about his defense holding up against a varsity team.
Oh, I think so. I think so. I think he's probably shocked that he's in this game.
Yeah, are you shocked, Miko?
I'm at the point that nothing surprises me anymore. I like this wing tee,
They've just marked off a 30-yard penalty against New Manchester, brought it all the way down to about the 36-yard line.
Now you got to give it
Now
a heave,
I'm gonna rethink my Hail Mary.
What do you think brought on a double penalty on that?
It had to be
two hits out of bounds?
It had to be two unsportsmanlike conduct penalties to get this.
Maybe a late hit and a little verbiage to go along with it. What do you think?
I would say so. Coach Cleveland's going to have a conversation with his kids of what exactly happened, and I guarantee you he's not happy.
What do you think, Miko? Have you seen that a lot where they come away with two penalties on a late hit?
I think it's my first time.
Yeah, you don't see that much.
Probably a little bit of trash talk, a little John.
I can recall there being maybe a holding.
Yeah, so I think this timeout also gave North Springs coaches a little bit of time to talk about it too.
Well, I told you, I think they might try something because the way the game's been going lately, it could only take one more score to walk away with the victory here.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, exactly. And they've got 2 more timeouts to burn. And so, you know, I might call another timeout to set up another play here. Talk about it a little more. Why not?
There's no reason to go into the locker room with timeouts left.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have the. Once they get out there and they see what, of course, as you can see, the Jaguars are in a prevent defense.
Oh, absolutely.
So I mean, that's certainly what he wanted to see. But
yeah,
you got to do it anyway. You got to try something.
Anything can happen.
Well, he's in a shotgun formation. They've got 3 receivers over here to the right side. Coach Cleveland is still pleading his case of what in the world has happened here.
Exactly.
This 30-yard penalty, which he should. But
well, like I said, like I was asking Miko if he'd ever seen anything like that. It's definitely unusual to see a march off like that. But they've got these receivers stacked up over here on the right side, and I think he's just going to heave it into the end zone and see if one of them can come down with it.
Yeah, I think so.
So, ball at the 38-yard line.
Where's Doug Flutie when you need him?
That was a long time ago. I don't know if a lot of these people remember Doug Flutie.
We're going to try some type of flea flicker here.
The give, he gets it to Hemphill.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hemphill's their best player, and that's not a bad decision to get it to your best player and see if he can't get into the end zone.
I think.
What do you think about that, Miko?
Well, the way the line was moving, looked like he was ready to option the ball and have that a really long play.
He had some guys following behind him there, so I think he had plans of pitching that ball back, but they never came around. So.
I like that. I didn't think of that. I thought maybe he would just take the ball and try to do something with that. Yeah, I did see the guys trailing.
Yep. Well, you know, the first half comes to a close. It's tied 7-7. If you're Coach Cleveland and New Manchester, I think you have to be very pleased.
Extremely. Let's let Miko recap this. Okay, hey, let's take it down to Fred. Fred has something for us down there. What do you have, Fred?
Absolutely. I have Coach Cleveland with us here. Coach, first half looked pretty good, kind of up and down, a little roller coaster, but you all look good. What do you think so far?
Well, I mean, we're just in a war. You know, North Springs came in thinking they could win this ball game, and obviously they can. It's 7-7, and we knew it would be a dogfight. We knew we'd have our hands full all night long, and we told our kids going in, the team that hits the hardest, the longest is going to win, and you're not going to win this game in a half, you're not going to lose it in a half. It's going to take a 48-minute effort, and that's what we've preached all week. And, both teams right now I think are poised to win the ball game. It's going to be a matter of who comes out second half and executes and makes the least amount of mistakes.
Okay.
And Coach, you have to be happy about the running game that you've established and also the defensive effort that you guys have put up.
Our kids are playing hard, and we knew they would. They do that every day at practice. So we've just, we're a first-year program, and we're still crawling right now, but, our kids are playing as hard as they can, and they're doing what we ask them to do. And, that's all we can ask right now.
Coach, it's been said this is your first varsity game. It doesn't look like it. Y'all playing very well.
Well, I mean, we've been working since May, so it's not like these kids have only been practicing this offense for a month or so. We went through spring and worked on it all summer, so they've come a long way. We just, we need a year or two in the weight room to really develop these kids to have a great football program, but we're off to a good start, and, we knew tonight would be a test, so we're just going to have to get the job done the next 24 minutes to have a chance to win.
Coach, thanks. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you, Bennett.
That was a great job, Fred and Marshall, running Coach down like that. I know he's got some important stuff to say to the guys, so thank you for that.
Yes.
Well, let's recap this first half. What do you think, Miko?
Well, New Manchester came out with a little trickery on their first possession, put up 7 points. North Springs, took them 2 plays, run them right up the gut. I think one went for 66 yards right up the middle, and ever since then we've sort of been at a stall out right now. The defensive coordinators, both teams, made the necessary adjustments, and here we are sitting here at halftime with a 7-7 tie.
What do you think about that first half, Bennett?
Well, I think if you went in both locker rooms, I think Coach Cleveland, I think he would tell his kids, great job. I think he'd be happy. I think he'd say, hey, we're going to go out and do the same thing in the second half. I think if you went over into North Springs High School locker room, I don't think that coach would be very happy. I think he would tell them, look, we came in here, this is a new program, and those kids whipped y'all the first half. They shouldn't even be playing with you guys. And I think that it would be an unhappy locker room for those guys. So I think you got 2 coaches, one's happy and one's unhappy. And so I think it's going to be 2 different messages in the locker room. I think New Manchester outplayed them. I mean, based on what we saw, I think New Manchester will only have to come out and do exactly what they did the first half, continue to do that, and I think they can win the game. For North Springs, I don't know what they got to do. They got to come up with some type of offense, something different than they had the first half. They only had the 2 plays that went for more than 10 yards, and other than that, New Manchester stopped them the whole game.
Well, they certainly did. You know, I don't know how unhappy North Springs coach is because it's not 60-0. You know, they've had a hard time on defense. A lot of teams run up a lot of points on them. Their defense has held up tonight, but the only problem they have is, like you said, getting something going on that offensive side of the ball. They've only had those 2 long runs. If they can come back and establish the run and maybe throw a little pass in there, maybe they can get somewhere. But, you know, I think the main thing is this is a start for both of these teams.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this game, if North Spring win this game, it'll be looking up for that program. You know, because like you said, they hadn't had a win in, 3 years?
Right.
Any win is going to be good for them.
Yeah. But I think here's the key.
But for let me say this before you go ahead. But for New Manchester, if they win this ball game, it's going to go long ways to give these kids a lot of confidence to know that they beat a varsity team.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think one key that we need to look at is North Spring, they've been a varsity team for a long time. It's a 7-7 tie at halftime. They've been here before. So that might give them a little experience. New Manchester, they're a new team. This may be new territory for them. And so we'll see how that plays out. Also, Coach Cleveland talked about how his kids were fast, but they haven't been in the weight room. They haven't had a weight program. We'll see how duration plays in the 4th quarter because, you know, football games are won in the 4th quarter. And so we'll see how that does. And so we don't know what these kids, are capable of. So, it's going to be an interesting second half. I don't know what these kids are going to do, how they're going to react. You never know. We know that North Springs has been there before. So it'll be a great second half. Well, right now we're set up for the halftime festivities, and so we're going to take a break, come back for the second half. It should be a great game.
I'm ready for it.
I'll see you then.
High School. He is a member of the yearbook, drama club, and student council, and has participated in wrestling in the past. Kyle also works as an office aide. After high school, Kyle plans to join the United States Air Force in the hopes of eventually becoming a pilot. Our New Manchester New Beginnings King, Mr. Kyle Banks. Our next senior class representative is Stephen Jamal Boykin. Stephen is the son of Dwayne and Fatella Boykin. Stephen enjoys being on the football team, which he is where he is right now, getting ready for the second half. Stephen also enjoys being a musician at Christ Abundant Life International. After high school, Stephen plans to study music production and business management. Mr. Stephen Jamal Boykin. Our next senior class representative is Alex Morency. Alex is the son of Joseph and Dottie Morency. He is involved in the DECA and Bros Club. Alex plans on going to college after high school and majoring in game programming. Mr. Alex Morency. Our next senior representative, Gianluca Nukes. Luca is the son of Paul Nukes. He is being escorted by his father and his Spanish school teacher, Miss Laura Sanders. After high school, Luca hopes to go to college. Mr. Duana Nooks. Miss Tamar Jones is our next senior representative. Tamar is the daughter of Barbara Reddick and Thomas Jones. She is escorted by her uncle, Gary Chayton. Tamar is the treasurer of the DECA, a member of the HOSA, and participates on the dance team. After high school, Tamar hopes to attend Georgia State University and major in biology. Tamar's career aspiration is to become an obstetrician and a gynecologist, Miss Tamar Jones. Miss Jonna Nicole Mays is our next senior representative. Jonna is the daughter of Gary and Felicia Mays. She is being escorted by her father. Jonna is a member of Better Club, National Honor Society, HOSA, and the New Manchester Dance Team. She also practices dance at AD West Dance Academy. After high school, Jonna hopes to attend Vanderbilt University, where she will major in biology. Jonna ultimately hopes to become an anesthesiologist. Miss Jonna Nicole Mays. Miss Bobby Newton is our next senior representative. Bobby is the daughter of Bobby and Shannon Newton. She's being escorted by her father. Bobby is a member of yearbook, student council, dance team, right club, art club, drama club, and one act. Bobby also participates in the community by volunteering at the Humane Society. After high school, Bobby wants to attend Spelman College, where she will double major in media and English, language arts, with a minor in music. Miss Bobby Newton. Our last senior representative tonight, Miss Hayes Turner. Hayes is the daughter of Gary and Brenda Turner. She's being escorted by her father. Hayes participates in varsity volleyball, HOSA, Beta Club, National Honor Society, and Key Club. After high school, Hayes hopes to attend college, where she will pursue a career in dentistry. Miss Hayes Turner. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Manchester High School 2011 New Beginnings Court. Now we will announce the New Beginnings Queen. Our principal, Miss Constance Kraft, will crown the winner. Our 2011 New Beginnings Queen is Miss Jonah Mays. Congratulations! We would like to thank our visitors tonight. A special thanks goes out to all our New Manchester faculty, staff, students, and community members for their attendance at our New Beginning game and for their support and hard work during our New Beginning week. Congratulations. Another round of applause for your 2011 New Beginnings Homecoming Court. How about a big round of applause for your new Manchester High School Red Coat Marching Band. The Red Coats are under the leadership of Damian Gators. Don't forget tonight in the concession stand, catfish and rib plates, along with other concessions. Partners in education, Chick-fil-A on Thornton Road.
First King and Queen.
All right.
Go ahead, Marshall.
You ready? All right, we're here with the first King and Queen of New Manchester High School. How are you guys feeling? And Fred, I think we should start with the lady first.
It feels great. This was so breathtaking and just a dream. It's great.
And name and
I'm
aspirations.
Jonna Mays. I would like to be a doctor.
Okay. Now, you going on to college from here?
Yes, Vanderbilt University.
Awesome. You've already gotten accepted and you're ready to go?
In the process.
All right. Well, we're rooting for you, and I know that won't be a problem. And young man, your name?
I'm Kyle Banks, and I want to go to the Air Force after I graduate. And it's been a real experience for me. It's been a lifelong experience for me. I reached my goals, and I feel kind of good.
All right. So how are you guys feeling about New Manchester, being that this is your first year and then you guys have achieved this? What does this mean to you?
Yes, it's great. It's really nice.
All right, now you are going to be in the record books now. Your face is always going to be in these halls as the very first king and queen. That's a pretty big honor.
It is.
All right. All right. Well, you guys enjoy your night, and congratulations, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good luck.
Dad, would you like to talk?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, we're standing here with the father of the very first queen for New Manchester High School. You have to be an absolutely proud and honored father.
Absolutely. This is a proud moment for me and Jana, and actually a proud moment for Douglasville. The New Manchester High School is a wonderful high school. So far this year, we've actually really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And she says she's going on to Vanderbilt. Do you have roots there in Tennessee?
Yes, we're originally from Nashville, Tennessee, and she wants to go to Vanderbilt into medical school. So.
She didn't want to go to Fisk?
Well, you see where Fred's leading. Well, I know you have to be proud. I'm a daughter of a proud daddy, so and I understand how hard that is to let that daughter go. Is she your first, your oldest?
She is the first.
Wow.
We have a son also, and they're both attending high school here. So.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. She looks beautiful, and I know that you got to be proud.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining
Congratulations.
us.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we are back.
Great job, guys.
A few minutes to go here in the halftime festivities. Marsh and Fred, great job.
Hello. Now, I got a problem with this. Now, all the other games, I've been struggling to get on this camera. Marsha joins the team, and you know we've been just about had as much airtime as you guys have. What's going on with that?
Is that called stealing air?
No, it just caused, being photogenic, being good on camera. So I felt like I would come here and spice it up. And, people are less intimidated by a female. Fred, you're a tall guy. You're a big guy. I look like I think I can blend in. I got my hat on.
Yeah, you're right. You might be right about
Fred,
that. You might be right about
Fred,
that.
I'll have to admit she's a great addition.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
she
by the
really
way,
is.
Fred, they're saying that our ratings have already flown up like 70%
I was going to say, what, about one person?
Well, Aaron Andrews is on ESPN, and, of course, now Marsha Hampton's on CITITV. So.
That's right. For all of the female sports commentators, for those who know, I am a huge fan of Robin Roberts, and, the fact that I followed her when she was on ESPN. She's a Gulf Coast girl.
Absolutely.
Gulf Coast girls, we run strong. So she's on Good Morning America. And, hey, I can start off on CITITV, and then where will I go after that?
All I can say is just don't forget me. When you get there, don't forget me.
Yeah,
don't forget your first partner on the field,
Look,
okay?
From Gulf 101 to City Connector and now commentating football. Man, I'm telling you, I am moving up in the ranks.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
And, guys, it's a little intimidating now to have a female to be just as knowledgeable about football as I am, okay? So I don't know where she's going to come from, but Marsha's pretty competitive, so she knows her football.
Well, and I noticed Fred was taking notes, and he was jotting things down. I was thinking, was that so that he could make certain to ask the right question? So I had my notes all in my phone to make certain that I was keeping plays in my back pocket. I didn't forget things that I wanted to make certain to ask the coaching team. But it's been good. High school football bringing back a lot of memories.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. So love it.
Atmosphere is again, it's wonderful out here. It's, we on homecoming night, first homecoming king and queen. We just talked with them. The crowd is having a really good time, and it's just a really good atmosphere for football tonight. It's just a tad bit windy, but I think this second half is going to be a little bit more exciting than the first.
Hey, it wouldn't be football without a hat and a jacket. Where's your hat, Fred?
Where's your scarf
I need to go and get my hat. I actually have a hat that's very similar to that. I'm going to go and get it.
Fred is going to spiff things up next game, as you notice. So, guys,
right.
so what are you expecting? You ready for the teams to come back on and ready to take it over?
Yes, we are. We're ready for another exciting quarter anyway.
And what are you predicting, Mr. Moreland, Mr. Bennett? What are y'all predicting?
Well, I'm predicting that New Manchester's going to go in. They're going to make some adjustments. They're going to come out, and I think they're going to win this ball game.
Yeah. And we talked a little bit at halftime. You know, y'all talked to one happy coach, which was New Manchester's coach, but we were predicting that the other coach wasn't too happy at halftime. So it was probably a tale of two halftime speeches by the coaches. So we expect North Springs to come out and play a little bit harder than they did in the first half because the conversation probably wasn't friendly in their halftime. So
yeah, well, you know, I think that he, you know, although he probably wasn't happy as though they weren't moving the ball quite like they wanted to, but he has to be happy in the fact that this isn't a larger lead. It's a tie score. New Manchester doesn't have a huge lead, so he doesn't have a huge hole to dig out of coming in the second half. So he has to be happy from that standpoint.
Right.
But North Springs look, like I said earlier, they look pretty good. I'm just hard and struggling with the fact that they haven't won more games. Well, they haven't won any games in the last couple of years. It's hard to believe that. They've been executing well, just having problems moving the ball. But I think we'll see a pretty good game in the second half.
Yeah, and with 2 quarters left, I mean, you got to think that both teams being tied up, they're anxious to score. So I think when the team comes out on the field, I think that they're going to be anxious to score. We're going to see some type of fast break play because they know they got to get ahead. You go into that fourth quarter, and that's the last quarter, and football's a game of inches.
Absolutely.
The last quarter is going to win the game.
Give us your take on this, Miko.
Well, I believe North Springs, like I said, like Fred said, they have yet to be in a ball game. They're in a perfect situation now. I think that the coach probably had some, positive influence words, and they're going to hop on that train. And I'm ready for the second half. I think there's going to be exciting things to come.
Yeah, we looked at some of the scores of their games. They've been defeated 63-0, 60-0. So it's 7-7 at half. Those guys are probably excited.
They are.
Yeah.
Very
I mean, they're
excited.
in this thing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it that way, they're probably excited at halftime. So I look for them to come out and play hard the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to say New Manchester's going to win this thing. I mean, wow, who loses their homecoming?
Right.
That's just not good. You're amped up. This is your homecoming. You got to come out fired up.
Yeah.
Marshall, I think from now on, halftime, you give your prediction. I think you need to whip out the team color scarf.
Hey, from now on, since I'm part of the team, I can do that, Miko. That sounds like a plan.
As long as it's not black and gold. Thank you.
Black and gold, come on.
But these guys look like Ohio State down here. I almost got them confused with Ohio State. Some pretty good.
And
pretty
Fred,
good uniforms.
you were mentioning that you had a hat. You're not talking about that cheese hat, are you?
No. Actually, the wind is starting to get a little chilly. I'm going to go get my hat.
It is a little chilly. I tell you what, summertime's over. It's a little fall in
Hey,
there.
you guys were laughing at me when I rolled up, but I was dressed for football.
Yeah.
Well,
She's the only one dressed for football.
We're fixing to get this thing going here in the second half, so we'll hear from you guys a little later.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, New Manchester chose to receive that ball the first half, and it was a good decision.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to kick it off this second half, and they'll find out what this half is going to be like shortly after that kickoff.
Yeah, this low-scoring game that we have, you kind of think if North Springs were to get the ball and drive it down and score early in the second half, that might be all it would take. Maybe the first team that scores here in the second half may be tough for the other team to rebound.
That could be decisive. What do you think about that, Miko?
I think with the coaching background of New Manchester, I don't think that panic mode is ever an option for him.
No, he's not going to panic. He's going to come out, pull out all the stops, and just let it all hang out in the second half.
Well, they've added additional 2 minutes to the clock here, so looks like we're going to have a couple of minutes to get going here in the second half. But
yeah, they North Spring, they got out there and lined up, and the officials went out there and they said something, so they went back. So we just have to see what this second half is going to bring.
But both teams are back on the field. I don't think we had any injuries to report in the first half, so looks like both teams are at full force.
This crowd's still piling in for the second half. Let's get word that it's a great game out here tonight.
Well, there's a crowd in the stands. There's a crowd behind us here. I don't know what the crowd is, the total count here, but very surprised that had this type of turnout here. But impressive. I know Connie Kraft, the principal here at New Manchester, I know she's happy with this crowd.
Well, anytime you got a homecoming situation, it brings out other family members to see the people that's on the court.
Yeah, and it's a good thing, CITITV Sports. It's a great thing about replaying the games. Marcia Hampton seems to have a fan down that we're going to see on the field, so we'll throw it down to Marcia.
Take it away, Marcia.
Well, I'm just going to be real quick here before we break into the game. Those of you know I participate in a mentee program with the Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here with my mentee. She's checking out what I'm doing, so I'm going to let her say her name and what grade she's in and her predictions for the football game.
Hi, my name is Afua. I'm in the 11th grade, and I do think New Manchester is going to win this game. We totally own this.
All right. That's awesome. We're going to take it back to the guys. Thank you, and I'll see you later.
I'll tell you, April's getting some airtime. She was at the city council meeting a couple of weeks ago, so she's getting around with Marcia. She's becoming a regular. So,
and Marcia, I must commend you on that. That's great that you're doing that.
Yep. But we were talking about the importance of CITITV. You were talking about family members coming out for this homecoming, but it's good for these relatives, grandmothers and grandfathers, to get to see these kids on TV when it's replayed during the week. Here's the kickoff. Looks like he's going to field it about the 20-yard line, and he is belted about the 34-yard line. Big hit by number 33.
A little slow getting up.
Christian Plummer nailed him for New Manchester.
Yeah, that was a great point you made, Bennett, about, sometimes people can't get out. And this will give them a great chance to get to see some of these kids that they don't get to see.
Yep.
Okay, here we go, y'all. Ball's out at the 35-yard line.
Number 7, Kale, still the quarterback for North Springs High School. I think he had a lot of passing yards first half. Didn't throw it around a lot.
No, he didn't.
Beside that one long 66-yard running play, they didn't have a lot of offense, but he's under the center. Looks like the offensive tackle on the right side. Let's see if he moved or whether or not he was drawn off.
I think he was drawn off.
We'll see what the refs say. Looks like illegal procedure.
False start.
Off North Springs. It's going to back them up 5 yards, be 1st and 15. Push them back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, another thing about having the games recorded and CITITV, the kids can take the opportunity of creating their own highlight films and send them to colleges for, potential highlight
That's
films.
a great point, because the school don't always do that for you.
Yeah, or just keep them. We had 20 millimeters back when I was in high school, and I was able to confiscate a couple of those, and you have to go through the trouble of converting them to DVDs, and now these kids have technology at their hands. So straight dive play up the middle is going to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Looks like Charles Williams was a carrier for North Springs High School, a gain of 5 yards.
I think they've taken a page out of Manchester's
playbook
on that dive.
Yep.
They say, hey, let's see if that dive will work for us.
I think just keeping a steady beat, stay mistake-free, shake one tackle and you're in. It's always a possibility.
The give is to the fullback, and he's drugged down for no gain.
Went to the
Maybe
well.
even a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, went to the well too many times with that dive play, huh? 11 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, still tied 7-7. On location here at the New Manchester High School, the 5th high school in Douglas County.
Yeah, I think North Springs is just trying to find some kind of balance. They're looking for whatever works. At this point, that's what they're doing.
So they're relying on their defense a little bit, try to get some better field position?
They're going to have to. Ball's out at the 35-yard line. 3rd down. 10 yards to go. Quarterback's under the center. Back's in the eye. There's a whistle and a flag on the play. Delay of game. The preliminary indications, the delay of game. What do you think?
Yep, delay of game, pushing back 5 yards. Just a killer. 3rd and 10, now it's 3rd and 15.
That's not the way you want to start a half.
Nope, sloppy.
You don't want to go back in your own territory.
Nope.
Yeah, thinking back to the first half, do you remember a lot of penalties?
I remember one for 30 yards.
That was a decisive one.
There was quite a few hankies thrown.
Yep, Todd Powers, the head coach for North Springs, can't be happy with how he's came out here in the second half. 3rd and 15 from the 30-yard line. He's going to put it up. Got a guy coming up behind him, going to catch him.
Oh, great play.
Another 5-yard loss. Going to bring up 4th and 20. Was that number 33? Charles Plummer.
Christian Plummer.
Christian Plummer.
That was a great play. Ran him down from the backside and got him a sack.
North Springs can only hope they get a good snap off right now.
Well, we're going to get great field position for New Manchester, that's for sure.
Well, one good thing for North Springs, they're kicking into the wind this time.
Yep, kicking with the wind. Let Miko check on the snap. Oh, it's a kind of a slow snap, not a high one.
Punt is away.
Going to let it bounce. It
Takes
gets a
North Springs
North Springs roll
bounce.
all the way down to the 20, 15, 18-yard line. Great kick, 60-yard punt.
That's the kind of roll you want to get.
Yep.
Now, do you think this field has a big play on the bounces on the punts and the special teams?
That's a great point. I mean, I'm not sure of what the ball bounces like on this field. I'm not sure if it acts, as natural grass does, or is it, if it takes big bounces.
I would say it has to be a little harder. I mean, not a lot harder, but.
You got that oblong ball, and that thing might do anything. It might roll 30 yards, or it might go sideways or backwards.
Oh, sure. All right, so New Manchester sets up. Ball on the 17-yard line after that 60-yard punt.
That's not good field position.
Nope. Straight handoff to the wing back coming around the right side. Looks like he's going to pick up around 5 yards.
That's a nice game.
So Coach Cleveland still sticking with the running game.
Well, and if you can get something going with the running game, that opens up everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Just try to wear down the defense, wear them down, and then that's whenever he throws that trick out of the bag.
Yep. Exactly. And, one of the things a wing T can do, it can run the clock. In a game like this, that's what you want to happen.
A toss sweep coming around the right side. Looks like he's going to pick up about 3 yards, bring up a third down and 3.
Looks like it's going to be close. About 2 yards.
Yeah, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. 8:32 to go here in the third quarter.
And that's what you look for, 3rd and short.
3rd and short. Especially with that offense. That's a controlled offense.
It certainly is.
Like you said, it runs the clock.
That's what you want to do. You want to just grind it out.
Especially if you get a lead. Good offense to have. Ball control.
Controlling the game, yes.
Dive play straight up the middle. It's going to be close to a first down. I think.
It looks like he got it.
I think he's got it, yep. First down.
Yep.
Move the chain, gets him out to about the 29-yard line.
Yep, Ronnie Hall, workhorse for New Manchester, picks up about 3 yards. That'll be the first down for New Manchester here in the third quarter. 7:50 to go.
Just wearing down the defense of the Spartans.
Yeah, you want to keep them on the field. I think that's the best thing they can do. His brother Reggie Hall on that carry.
That was Melbourne on the carry.
Looks like he's going to pick up around 3 yards, bring up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Jaguars. Ball on the 32.
It's like Ronnie Hall's this lone running back in the backfield.
I think I'm feeling a pass play right here, guys.
Well, we got a little sweep around the left side, but he ran into the quarterback, slowed him down a little bit. He's going to pick up a short gain of 1.
I tell you, North Springs still hadn't come out of that 8-man front. They're up there and New Manchester throw the ball. The wing T, you don't do a lot of deep throwing, a lot of slants and outs, so we just have to see what they're going to do with this.
So right here, the Spartans thinking bend but don't break. I mean, they're in this game completely. This is a crucial 3rd down.
Well, the coaches told us number 2, Calvin Huddleston, is their main linebacker for North Springs. He's had a great game. Keep an eye on him. He makes a lot of tackles.
That was a necktie.
That's a horse collar. That was a great run. I think that's number 2, Reggie Hall. No.
22.
No, that's number 22. That's Tyler Jackson. He picked up about 17 yards, and then we're going to have a horse collar added to the play. I think he's okay. He's up walking around.
I think that was the old clothesline they called it. You can't do that anymore,
No.
you know.
That was a page out of the Mean Machine movie, I believe.
I think I saw that on your 20mm film the other day.
Yeah.
The clothesline.
Yeah, Coach Cleveland went out to make sure he was okay.
Yeah, Miko, I think they outlawed all those films.
that was legal back in 1981, I believe.
That's going to get them into the Spartans territory.
Yeah, real quick.
And, you know, that could be a decisive penalty.
Get them all the way down to the 32-yard line, 1st and 10.
All right. Guys, I don't know if you remember Sean Atkinson from the Oakland Raiders, who used to do that clothesline. But that was fresh out of his playbook. That was a nice little
Can
clothesline.
y'all talk about some players in the 90s?
Yeah, straight.
I'm dating myself. We used to love Sean Atkinson back in the day. He was a dirty player, but guys, it looks like they're going to get a heavy dose of the Hall boys this afternoon.
Yep,
Each
the Hall
team
brothers
is trying to establish the run, and it's working for New Manchester. They've been moving the ball. They had a pretty good run there with the horse collar, and it looks like they are establishing a good run play here.
Yeah, and I think it worked for them before they left to go into halftime. So I think they probably talked about that on the break, and here we go.
Yeah, they've identified a weakness, and this defensive line is starting to get manhandled from North Springs. And it's probably what you mentioned earlier. I think it was Rodney who said that, we're going to see the conditioning is going to come into play. And these guys are just, they look like they're starting to wear down a little bit.
That was a first down, and the give was to the fullback, and he was tripped up for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, play just never developed there. Looks like he lost his footing. He's going to lose about 3 yards, bring up a 2nd and 13 to go with 5:20 here to go in the 3rd quarter. Still a 7-7 tie.
Well, I'm sure Coach Cleveland don't want to squander this good field position. You want to see if you can't get something out of it. If not 7, then 3.
Yeah, I mean, the field goal kicker had the leg a while ago. He just wasn't accurate.
And if you're the Spartans, same thing. Bend but do not break. Field goal attempt at the most.
They got to hang in there.
25
Here we
around
go.
the
That's
right side.
Melbourne again, and he takes it up in there hard. And
still
look
going.
at him pushing the crowd.
Oh, good run. Yeah, and I don't know about y'all, but you're starting to see the North Spring players kind of laying behind the pile, kind of behind the line of the runners. So I think fatigue's kind of setting in on this defensive line and defensive linebackers.
Yeah, and anytime you get a player to make a run like that and he keeps moving and grinding, it gets the rest of the team excited, man,
Oh, yeah.
and that makes everybody, it gets everybody going.
Yeah, big 3rd down here. We need to convert. I think they'll probably 2-down territory here. I think they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we
Same
go.
play coming around the right side again. He's got the first down. Going for the touchdown, driving his legs all the way down to the 2-yard line.
That was a great run by number 25.
I tell you, Melbourne is not a big guy, but he really takes it up in there and keeps moving.
Yeah, Darius Mebon. I think, is it Mebon?
First down around the 2-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the 2. Under 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
This 3rd quarter is breezing by.
It is. You remember what I told you about running the clock? Look at this drive. What, about a 7-8 minute drive maybe? And Hall takes it in. It's a touchdown.
Got a flag, 2 flags on the play.
Oh, fumble.
Oh, it's a fumble.
I think
there's no whistle.
There's no whistle, but the beanbag.
I think the
was on
refs are saying it was down. That's why they threw their flags, or that's why they threw the flags where the ball was down. So I think this is.
Oh, looks like North Springs football.
It was a fumble, but he couldn't advance it.
Yeah,
Maybe he was down. He was touched by another player.
First down, Spartans.
Wow, big play. I saw the officials throw their hat or throw a flag, so I knew that the ball was dead.
Well, anytime they didn't throw, they actually threw a beanbag.
Is that what
when
it
they
is?
throw a beanbag, that means it was a fumble.
Yeah.
That's a
but the
touchback.
guy was touched. So if he was touched, then he couldn't run it back.
Also, Spartans get the ball at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, so
okay,
it's a
it's touchback. Okay.
Wow, so big turn of events here at New Manchester High School. 3:29 to go in the third quarter. New Manchester was driving in, fumbled at the 1-yard line, touchback, and now North Springs has the ball, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Now, Miko, I'm going to ask you to pull out your rule book now.
All right, shoot.
Can the guy, Bennett might know this as well. Now, if the in high school rules, if you fumble the ball in the end zone, can it be advanced out of the end zone?
I'm not sure. I don't think a fumble can be advanced in high school football. I'm not sure. I don't think
a fumble can be advanced, but not out of the end zone.
Guys, New Manchester just blew a golden opportunity on the 1-yard line to punch that in.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it was Hall that fumbled that ball.
Yeah.
And we're getting a heavy dose. So hopefully fatigue is not setting in for him. Normally when fatigue sets in for a running back, you start seeing fumbles and things of that nature. So they just missed a golden opportunity.
Well, I hope what doesn't happen is the momentum changes, shifts. North Springs has some life now. They've been able to take hold of the ball. They had been without the ball pretty much the bulk of this quarter. So now they have it back, and here's an opportunity for them to score.
Yeah, that was first down, Fred. First and go.
Yep.
Well, the thing New Manchester can't do is they can't get down. That was a long drive. They got to just come back and do it again, and this time they got to finish.
Yeah, it looked like when Hall was walking off, he looked pretty dejected, which is, understandable given the play and the significance of it. But the coach was telling him, hey, just keep your head in the game. Keep your head in the game. But Hall looks like he's the seasoned vet here. He's one of the older guys on this team, so I expect him to bounce right back.
Yeah, I don't think there's any worries. They're going to put the balls right back in his hand, and he'll do what he's capable of.
Well, one thing New Manchester did, they kept North Springs defense on the field for about 8 minutes. And so if New Manchester can hold them here, get the ball back, and get that defense back on the field, I don't think it's going to give them a lot of time to rest, so that'll be a big key.
That was number 33. That was Christian Plummer on the tackle, and he seemed to be turning his game up a notch.
It's a big 3rd and 6 right here.
Yep, they need to hold them, get the defense back on the field. Quarterback's going to scramble. He's going to go for it. He's got the first down. First down, North Springs.
And he made it, yes.
Yep. Got out of bounds. No, they're going to run the clock. 1:45. They're going to roll it when they get it set. 1:45 to go here in the third quarter.
Good pursuit by the Jaguars, but unfortunately he did get the first down.
And that's the first time we've seen him scramble out of the pocket all night.
That was a great job getting the first down.
Well, he was looking for a pass, but things broke down, and he got out of there and managed to get that first down.
Yeah, he only had 2 receivers out in the field, so that was a great job. Still sticking with the eye backfield.
The toss is to hit Hemp Hill. Hemp Hill takes it around the corner, picks up about 3 yards.
There's a lot of east to west running over here today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really turn it up. That was close to a clip back here in the backfield that time.
They do a lot of the old USC toss sweep. I've seen Hemp Hill on a lot of those.
They don't have a lot of speed, though, out of the backfield, if you'll notice. It takes a long time for the play to develop, and the guys don't turn the corner. They run, like Miko said, east and west. They don't turn it up. So those plays are really not that effective. They've had a little bit of success with that dive play straight up the middle. That's the one they broke for 66 yards. But other than that, that's really all they've had.
Yeah, those toss sweeps, that's what you want to do is try to turn that corner. If you can't, that's not good.
No.
And those slow developing plays, there's a lot of penalties in the backfield as well.
Legal procedure.
Number 50 for North Springs. That's going to back them up. Bring up a 2nd and 12 with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
That seems to be their problem in this half. They have a lot of penalty. They'll get something going, and then they start going backwards. That's not good.
Yeah, and you always wonder if that's fatigue. Guys getting tired, and I think that has a lot to do with it.
At this point, running in, got 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. You got a tie ball game. you have to stay focused. I mean, you were in the game. You've yet to be in any game all year, so you got to be in it right now.
Very well said. You know, this is their opportunity to win a game. You know, seeing that they hadn't won one in 3 years. So they got to, like you said, Miko, they got to stay focused and see if they can't pull this ball game out. But I don't think New Manchester is going to have it, not here on their field.
We got 13 minutes left. We'll see.
Yeah, and we talk about them getting a little sloppy, getting penalties. You know, it comes back to how many guys they got on the sidelines over there. North Springs, they don't have that many guys to substitute over there, you know, compared to New Manchester, which is a brand-new program.
Yeah, there's plenty of fresh legs over here.
Yeah, these guys are going both ways for North Springs, so we don't know how many guys are playing both ways on offense and defense, but, you know, it seems like fatigue's coming into play, and they've got a quarter to go, 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Here's an overthrown ball. It's going to be an incomplete.
That ball was almost intercepted. But I'll tell you one thing about that, Bennett. Anytime you've got an upstart program and this is a new school, you get a chance to have all your seniors, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, they're all out there. I think that's what's making up this sideline.
Right.
His coach wants everybody to get a chance to look at what he's trying to establish here, and then, you know, and that can help get all these kids on the page, on the same page for these next coming years.
Yeah, dress out everybody at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
There's a player late getting on the field.
Yeah, let's watch this snap. The last one went about 20 feet in the air.
Well, he's got the wind at his back.
Oh, good snap this time.
Good snap.
Oh, he's going to
it's
fake
a
it.
fake.
Oh, and
He's got plenty of room.
He's not going to. He didn't make it.
Oh, he ran out of bounds before he made it.
3 yards.
Oh, my goodness.
He didn't know where the.
No.
You know,
I believe if there were markers on this side of the field, he may have had a chance.
Thank you, Miko. You took that right out of my mouth. I mean.
He just simply didn't know where he was.
Exactly. Without any markers over here, he just ran right. He thought he had it.
A huge mental mistake by the punter.
But that's unfortunate for North Springs. It kind of, you know, sums up what they've been going through over the last 3 years.
I mean, all the kid had to do was lower his head and go for 2 more yards.
And
he ran out of bounds.
I don't believe that he wanted to lower his head.
I think he thought he was there.
Wow, well, he fooled he fooled New Manchester High School. No, everybody ever had their back turned to him. And one kid turned around, and that's the only kid that forced him out of bounds. And he really didn't force him out of bounds. He just ran out of bounds.
Guys, a good rule of thumb, if you're going to fake a punt, know where the first down is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Big mistake.
That was a big mistake. He looked like he could have picked it up. I thought he actually had it, and they pulled it at a good time. New Manchester was totally unsuspecting of that play.
Yeah.
He just, like you said, Miko, he just didn't know where he was. He didn't know where that first down marker was, and looked like he didn't want to take a hit either. No, kind of skipped out of bounds at the end.
I thought he was trying to stop the clock.
Hey, well, you know what? This should lift the spirits of New Manchester to take the momentum back for them, and basically allow them to hopefully be the first ones to score in the fourth quarter.
Well, actually, it's bad on North Springs that something like that happened, but it's a great opportunity for New Manchester.
Huge opportunity, huge opportunity.
But they got to capitalize on it. I mean, anytime you get these kind of opportunities, I mean, it's the fourth. Now we're starting the fourth quarter. You're not going to get many more chances.
Yeah. And you're right, Rodney. I think both teams are not capitalizing. We're doing a lot of moving up and down the field, but nobody's capitalizing on these long plays. We've seen a couple of long good runs and some good plays. Fumble right here on the 1 yard line. So we've been moving up and down this field. There's been some action. It isn't a boring game. There's a lot of action in here. It's just nobody's capitalizing.
Well, let's just hope that New Manchester takes advantage of their good running game, not make any mistakes, take some time off the clock, and when they do hand the ball back over to North Springs, they hand it back over from a score and with very few time left on the clock.
Well, we talked about it going into the second half. The first team to score might win this game.
That's right.
We got 12 minutes to go, and you know that still may be true.
Yep.
So nothing actually happened in the third quarter. Is that what you're saying, Bennett?
Well, I mean, New Manchester had the ball on the 1 yard line, first and goal, so I wouldn't say nothing happened, but they didn't capitalize.
Yeah.
Looks
like another fumble went out of bounds.
Fortunately, it was out of bounds.
Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of sloppy play on New Manchester's part. They're starting to look like a team that hadn't played varsity before now. They started off really on a high note, and things are starting to get a little raggedy now.
Maybe they're not warming those balls up and it's starting to feel like a rock.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that a little bit too at halftime, that this is territory that they've never been in, in a big game with a varsity team, the strength and the conditioning going into the fourth quarter. So we didn't know how they would react. So we hope that they don't, start getting the jitters and start playing sloppy. But, I think they just need to stick with that running game and kind of run off 8 minutes off the clock here and put in one score, and I think that'll do it.
Here we go. Wilson's under the center. He takes the snap. He's back to pass. He pulls it down. He's running. Oh, he
better secure that football.
Sacked back at about the 47-yard line.
So
lost him about 3 yards.
So not only fatigue setting in, how about the weather? Do you think the chill in the joints and the bones, or is that just
Miko, this is perfect football weather. It's perfect.
Hey,
we're shivering up here.
I'm from the state of Wisconsin. This is not cold at all. I'm telling you, I'm from the frozen tundra. This is excellent football weather. It's not chilly down here.
Fred, you got that fashionably hat on.
Hey, you noticed that, right? He went and got that hat. He's talking about how nice it is out here.
Punt is up.
Fair catch. Going to catch it around the 19-yard line. So, the 14-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you something about this offense, Bennett, and some of the mistakes you're seeing. This is a high-risk, high-reward offense.
Yeah.
Things could go either way. But when you execute and operate it right, things usually go good for you.
Well, I think fatigue does set in a little bit, especially with these young kids, and strength, especially against a seasoned team, a team that hadn't had a lot of success in the past 3 years, but a varsity team that's played on this level. And I think that's what you're seeing with New Manchester. It's getting late in the game. These kids haven't been in this situation, and I think that's kind of tearing this offense apart a little bit. This is new territory for them, and I think they're really struggling right now.
This certainly is.
And now we're going to have to see if they can dig deep, and it's hard for sophomores and freshmen to do that, but that's what, the coach is asking them to do right now, and that's just tough to do for young kids.
But that's why you bring in an experienced coach like Coach Cleveland.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got a lot of experience, and he's able to get these kids through these hard times. At the end of a ball game, when you need to reach down and find something, that's why Coach Cleveland's here.
Yeah, and North Springs, we gave some of the scores that they've been beaten. They're 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and they're usually behind 40 points. They're in a ball game. They're tied up. They got a chance to win a game. They haven't won one in 3 years.
Oh, pass deflected.
They should
That's
be.
a backwards pass. No, incomplete.
They ruled it dead. Their sidelines should be jubilant over there.
They should be.
They're in a ball game. They can win their first ball game in 3 years. If I was them, I'd be jumping up and down over there.
If they win this ball game, you will probably see a lot of excitement on that sideline.
Absolutely. So we got a lot of things in play here with 10 minutes to go here in the game. So,
well, right now, the Jaguars have them backed up, and if they can keep them back there, they could come out with great field position.
Oh, big third down.
No one's really punted the ball well tonight. So this is a big third down for New Manchester.
They'll have to punt into the wind. We'll get good field position. New Manchester will. So
let's see what we got in store.
Oh, great catch. Great throw and catch. There's that slant pass that we saw them practicing over there 50 times before the game.
That was the only route that they practiced.
Yeah,
and it was successful.
Yep. And it was good coverage from New Manchester, and he came up with a
great coverage. You got to give the receiver a lot of credit on that. He hung in there, and what a catch.
Yep.
Now they got some breathing room. Now they can, game's in their hands right now, in their control.
Yep.
Just keep the ball moving.
Clock going under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, tied 7-7.
A catch like that can kind of be considered a rally. What do you think, Miko? You played a little baseball, didn't you?
Rally. Let's see if the D can stand up right now.
An 8-man front for New Manchester. There's that slant pass again. Pitch and catch, going to gain about 4 yards. Bring up a 2nd and 6.
And these short passes are just like running plays. Keep the clock going.
Absolutely.
Good for 3-4 yards.
And that's Nathaniel Nassam, number 14. They seem to have found something with that kid. He caught 2 nice balls there. So you think North Spring is going to go away from the run and start throwing? They think maybe they found something there.
I don't know. We'll just have to see.
The receivers are split wide out. Eye back, takes the snap. The give is to him here. Oh, he's going to be brought down by a host of Jaguars.
A host of Jaguars.
Lost 1 yard.
Swarming, yeah, they were swarming. Third down, that takes the ball out to about the 42-yard line. That's going to be third down and about 5 yards to go.
So, if you're the North Springs coach, third down, near midfield, what are you calling?
I don't think I'll go for a toss sweep. I think I'll throw the ball on this one. I'm not going to toss the ball.
Quarterback's in a shotgun.
You're going to do a quick slant. Got one-on-one.
He's going to have to run for it. Straight up the middle. He's not going to make it.
He fumbled it. Oh,
nah, he's down.
Ground can't cause a fumble.
Yeah, he's going to be about 2.5 yards short.
He's going to be short.
Well,
at this point, Bennett, do you go for it?
No.
We've got 8 minutes left in the game. Is that something you should do?
No.
So desperation has not set in yet.
No, you do not go for it. You try to pin them back.
I would go for it. I mean, what have you got to lose?
Well, the problem is you've played.
Well, it's 4th and 1. I thought it was 4th and 2.5. It's
you
4th
played
and
a
1.
quarter and almost a half.
Well, they're going for it.
And you hadn't crossed the 50-yard line. Desperation has set in.
It's big down.
They're going for it, and they got it. The quarterback sneak straight up the middle. I thought it was 4th and 2.5, first of all.
Look at the exuberance you was talking about over there.
The fans are in a craze over there. The bleachers are shaking.
I'm telling you, all 40 of the fans are going crazy.
You know that ball that the ball that the Jaguars fumbled in the end zone, that was crucial.
Oh, absolutely. That's the ball game.
That could have been a 7-point lead, and now they're still tied with.
Well, you're asking a young defense, a bunch of freshmen and sophomores, to come up with a big stop here, and that's asking a lot. But they're going to have to dig deep.
They need to grow up.
They got 3 timeouts.
There's a flag on the play.
That's a delay of game. It's going to back them up 5 yards. Coach Cleveland's got 3 timeouts, and it might not be a bad opportunity to call a timeout and tell his guys, hey, you got 7 minutes to go. It's time to.
A game like this will go a long ways next year.
Oh, yeah.
These kids are in a dogfight. They've got a chance to beat a seasoned varsity team like you was talking. So I think these kids are going to stiffen up and realize they still got a chance to win this ball game. They're not going to give up right here.
Guys, we mentioned several times about the condition of these teams in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's a good run play right here. It's just hard to call right now. It looks like both teams are experiencing some difficulties as far as their conditioning is concerned. We're seeing a bunch of players here on New Manchester's sideline. They're stretching it out. It looks like some of them are a little dehydrated. They're taking in a lot of fluids. The age of them, Bennett, you had mentioned sophomores and freshmen and sophomores. It's hard for them to dig deep because they haven't been in these conditions before.
Right.
And it's starting to show right now.
I think so. I don't know what the overtime rules are in high school football.
Hopefully they're not like college.
But it's 7-7 with 6 minutes to go, and the ball's on the 50-yard line, and we haven't had any scoring since 5 minutes in the first quarter, and we may experience an overtime game here.
I really hope not. I hope New Manchester is able to pull this out. I really don't. It probably will do a lot on their psyche if this team comes in here, hadn't won a game in 2 or 3 years, and they come in here and win a homecoming game. It could turn their season into put it on a bad track.
Yeah, as Marcia said, we could have gone from a shootout to overtime.
That's right, and I'll tell you, look, we got a little less than 7 minutes left in this game, so I think, as somebody said earlier, the one who scores is the one who wins.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
And Bennett, to your point, all 40 of their fans are excited right now.
Yeah.
All 40 are excited.
Yeah. Well, they should be. I mean,
they really should be.
I mean, they're in this ball game. I mean,
yeah,
it's been a while since they've been in one.
I think at this point, last week it might have been 60-0.
Yeah,
at this point. So you're right. They They do have a lot to be happy about.
Well, they're going in their own direction. It's second down and 21 at this point. But I'll tell you what, an interception would be big at this point, running it back.
Well, second and 19 is not a very good position you want to be in right now. Well, let's see what they got in store right here. Second 19.
He's in the shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass.
Oh, tucks it.
Sack back at the 30-yard line.
And he took a big chance with that ball. He was throwing it around like a loaf of bread.
It appears that
that brings up
a
third
and
down and 19. Wow.
Yeah, they've gone all the way back to the 26-yard line.
That looks like more like a third and about 30.
Oh, I'm sorry. He tucked it in whenever he didn't throw. He didn't get it away.
Let's just say third and long. What do you think about that?
Third and 19. 4 minutes to go. 4:56 to go in this ball game.
Third and a long ways. Let's not make a mistake.
They're going to try.
It's a wobbly.
It's up for grabs.
Oh, in and out of the wide receiver's hands.
John Wilson had a shot at that ball that would have given New Manchester the ball on the 45-yard line.
That looked like old Angel Wing trying to fly.
It certainly did. It was fluttering. But, you know, that ball was up for grabs. And one of those, if you can come away with something like that, that would have been a great opportunity for New Manchester.
Oh, this is a big play here. I tell you what I would do. I would put all 11 guys on the line and go for the block. What do you think? Don't even put this guy back to run it back.
Just block.
Well, he's kicking into the wind. I don't think he's going to get much on this ball. Let's see where that ball goes. Let's don't try to block it. Just kick it and see where it goes.
Looks like a booming kick.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Did it touch him? Nope. That was a pretty good kick, about a 40-yarder, all the way down to the 35-yard line. So that's where New Manchester's going to take over. 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go in this game. And you know, Rod, all they got to do is just drive it down, kick a field goal, and we get out of here.
We got ourselves a ball game.
Seeing that it's only 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game.
That's plenty of time.
Now, what I'm asking you is, do you still want to stay with the run?
Absolutely.
Or do you want to try to throw the ball?
No, run it. Run the ball. Plenty of time. You got 3 timeouts left.
There's not a lot left on the clock. If you don't get in, you're looking at an overtime game.
It's fine.
We've got a new quarterback.
Number 22 is in at quarterback.
Oh, busted outside.
Oh, great play all the way to the 50-yard line. Tyler Jackson.
I think Wilson may have been fatigued.
I think he may be hurt.
Jackson looks fresh.
Got some fresh legs in there for sure. That's what they needed.
I think Trey Wilson may be hurt. We'll look for him on the sidelines.
Fresh legs and a tired defense. That sounds like a great opportunity for New Manchester. What do you think, Miko?
It's like an appetite for destruction.
That's Tyler Jackson, the new quarterback. He takes it. Tyler's going around the end. He tripped up down around the 45-yard line. That's going to bring up a second down at about 4.
Great play. Sweep left, sweep right.
Just under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Tied game, 7-7.
I think Coach Cleveland might have a little controversy on his hand. What do you think? That Jackson kid looks pretty good.
Well, we'll see if Fred and Marcia can get us some information on number 3, Trey Wilson. He was a starting quarterback.
We know he did sustain some kind of lower leg injury last week, so he can't. He probably just can't go.
Yep. But right now,
fumbled.
North Springs
gets
on
like
it.
The Spartans come up with it.
You cannot return a fumble in high school football, so it's going to be North Springs ball about the 48-yard line.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, he just.
Is that fatigue coming in?
No, I think
no.
he just
Actually, that was Jackson with the ball. He got hit, got the ball knocked out. You got to hold on to the ball.
Spartans have the ball, 1st and 10. The Jaguar 47.
All right, so they're at the 47. They got good field position.
Yeah, 3:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. North Springs has got the ball, 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Minimal mistakes. Young mistakes.
You got to protect the ball. That might be the difference between Jackson and Wilson, his ability to protect the ball. Wilson's, that is. Snap, passes away, almost intercepted by New Manchester.
With only 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go, I think you got to go. You got to be a little safer with the ball.
Yeah, that was Josh Smith. He had the ball right in his hands and just could not come up with it. I think Fred's got a report on number 3. What you got, Fred?
Guys, Trey Wilson, he's fine physically. I spoke with him just a second ago, and he said the coach just wanted a running, more of a mobile quarterback in there. So he made the change. But as far as we know right now, Trey Wilson, he's fine.
Thank you for that, Fred.
Yeah,
great news.
Well, he just wanted a little speed, maybe a little different look, and it worked for 2 plays. I think it would have probably worked for 3 if it held on the ball.
It was definitely a great change.
It's a big penalty here on New Manchester.
Looks like they're going the wrong way.
It's going to give them a first down all the way down the 32-yard line. That's a killer. 10 more yards and you're on field goal range.
Looks like a personal foul to me. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Let's see what it is.
It was roughing the passer.
After the penalty, Spartans will be taking up a 1st and 10, ball on the 32.
Roughing the passer on New Manchester gives them a first down on the 32-yard line. Well, now they're going to run the ball. What
3
do you think,
minutes
Rod?
and 20 seconds left. No, they're going to try to throw it.
Got to secure it.
There's that slant
there's
pass
the slant.
again. Exactly where they were warming up pre-game.
Now we know why they practice that.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's why I mentioned there's not a lot of time to run. New Manchester see their opportunity to win a ball game.
Yeah.
I think that coach is going to try to do what he can to get into that end zone.
Yeah, I think you got to score now. They've proved today that you can't score at will.
And with the 8-man front that they've been using on defense all game, New Manchester have yet to prove that they can pass the ball.
Yeah.
So if they can get this ball to the end zone, it's going to be an uphill battle for New Manchester.
Well, we talked about that offense for New Manchester, being very good at taking time off the clock, being very conservative. But one thing we didn't talk about was being a very good 2-minute offense when you're down. And I don't think that's going to be the case. So if
that's not the case,
if North Spring puts up some points here, it's going to be a very uphill battle.
It's good that you would mention that. A 2-minute offense, you go away from your conventional plan, and you got to have something else. You can't continue to do what you do when you run the wing T.
Yeah, so New Manchester's going to have to step up here. I don't think they can let them get any points on the board here with 3:08 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Ball is down at the 22-yard line.
We're approaching the 3-minute mark.
Clock is running.
The give is to Hemphill, and he slams into the line, and he's knocked down for about a 3-yard gain.
Both teams have 3 timeouts this half.
Just a straight dive play. Right at the middle, looks like we got our first injury of the night. New Manchester.
It's number
defensive
54.
lineman.
Looks like Malcolm
Petaway. Like he's checking a knee. Got an official timeout with 2:48 to go here.
Let's hope this is not a serious injury for Malcolm.
Yep, still tied 7-7 at New Manchester High School.
It's a beautiful field and a wonderful game right now.
We had a lot of excitement early, but there's not been much since.
Yep. I wouldn't say it was a defensive struggle. I'd say it's a lack of offensive struggle. What do you think?
Yeah, a lack of execution, definitely. Both teams have tried to get things going. They've tried different things, and they just hadn't been able to come up. New Manchester getting down to the 1-yard line, fumbling the ball into the end zone.
Huge.
Like I said, that was, a big, big play.
Looks like Malcolm's getting a little assistance coming off, but he looks like he's all right.
Yeah, he's getting a big hand from the crowd, too, and that's good.
But win or lose, I think you really have to like the direction Coach Rob Cleveland is taking this team.
Yes.
I mean, I think he's got to be proud of his kids, how they played tonight, the direction they're going, and you give him another year or two, I think he's going to have a strong program down here. If I was a kid seeing these facilities, I would certainly want to come down here and play for him.
I agree. On the other hand, there's 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. Who's going to get their first varsity victory?
I think a lot has to do in the next couple of plays here for North Springs of how that's going to be written.
The give is to the fullback, and he stacked up down around the 23-yard line, and he's going to lose one on that.
Yep, 26, Kevin Walker just blew through the offensive line to make that play. He's going to lose a couple of yards, going to bring up, it's like 3rd and 9.
Well, it looks like
guys
decided to go away from the pass.
Guys, it looked like we have a bruised shin over here. I don't think he's going to return. That's not good news for New Manchester.
Yeah, that's Malcolm Petaway, off our defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Looks like he's done for the evening.
Yeah, I think he's done for the evening. The coach was over there working on him, and he seemed to be in a lot of pain, so I don't think we'll see him return this evening.
Thank you for that injury report, Fred.
Yep, going under 2 minutes here. Just a straight pitch and catch. Going to try to beat one man. He gets away from him.
Tackler.
All right.
4th and about 2.
We're going to have a field goal attempt here for the win.
He's dragged down around the 12-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 2.
So what kind of kicking game do they have?
What do you think they're going to do, Miko? Do you think they'll go for it? You think they're going to kick it? Or?
Oh, they're going for it.
No guts, no glory. You got to go for it.
They're going for it.
Go for it. You don't win. You didn't come here to kick field goals. You came here to score touchdowns.
You hadn't won a game in 3 years, and you're talking about guts and glory?
Yep.
Not going to bring on a field goal kicker to try to win your first game in 3 years. What you talking about?
Here we go. Quarterback's over talking to the coach.
Do you have the inside scoop about their special teams?
I think first thing he does call a timeout.
He calls a timeout.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He was waiting by the official so he could call a timeout.
Yeah, and they're going to run the clock down as much as they can because, New Manchester's going to get the ball back, so they wanted to run as much clock as they could. So that's a smart play.
Yeah, that was a smart play.
4th and 1 is what it's coming down to?
Hey, yeah, they have a big – North Spring has a big decision right here. Are you going to kick this ball or are you going to try to run it in? Are you going to try some trick play?
Well, you don't have to score. All you have to do is get a yard and get the first down. I mean, let's be realistic here. But I tell you what I did. If I had a field goal kicker that could kick a 23-yard field goal, I would be sporting him out there right now.
I certainly would.
So we'll find out if they have one. I guarantee you that. But if they don't have one, I guarantee you they're going to go for the 1 yard.
I'm going to predict that this is going to be a quarterback keeper. What do you think? To hand the ball off 3 yards in the backfield, that doesn't sound good. We only got 1 yard to go.
No, you can't let the penetration of the defensive line get back there and stop you. I think it's a quarterback sneak.
Watch New Manchester's going to stack that line. They're going to put everybody up there at the line, and this is game.
It's either going to be a quarterback sneak or it's going to be a fake quarterback sneak, and they're going to try some trick play to run outside, and they're going to score a touchdown.
This is for all the marbles. So, you see, they've got everybody stacked up there, 1 man in the secondary, and I think it's going to be a quarterback sneak. Here we go. Man on man right here in the trenches.
Well, they've got them stacked up.
Yep. They're stacked up. I'd call another timeout.
Timeout.
Yeah,
Coach.
They're calling timeout.
That was my choice. Yep. Another timeout.
Great choice, Miko.
Smart.
They did use a timeout.
They wanted to see what the defense was going to do. That's a smart play.
Now, does the defense come back with the same set?
Oh, that's absolutely. I mean, you got to guard against the quarterback sneak.
Amy Worthy, will you please move your car? All students being picked up, move to the front of the gym after the game.
Yeah, you stack that line, and it's man on man down in those trenches, and whoever gets leverage or penetration down, that's who wins this battle down here.
So no exchanging the ball. Quarterback's keeping it, and he's pushing, and
he's pushing straight ahead.
His running backs are backing him up. Little Reggie Bush and Matt Liner. The push. Is that what we're going for? The push.
Well, we know one thing: they don't have a field goal kicker.
I think he's going to rely on those big linemen he got there. You referenced to the fact that New Manchester's line was not that big. So I think he's going to rely on his line to push harder than their line, and we'll see what happens.
But I will tell you, that number 87, that big tight end, he's in there. And he's right over the center.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's a good call, Bennett.
Yeah. Good call, Coach.
I don't know if he's a regular defensive lineman or not.
I don't think so. Here we go.
Looks like he got it.
He got it.
Didn't I tell you?
He got it.
Quarterback sneak.
Quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
I think they're going to bring the chains out. What do you think?
That depends on the spot.
If they don't bring those chains out, Coach Rob is not going to be happy. Coach Cleveland's not going.
You know what? He didn't make it.
I think he got it by the.
He got a bad spot.
They're going to bring the chains out. If they don't bring those chains out, Coach Cleveland's not going to be happy.
He didn't make it.
Unfortunately, there's no instant replay. In high
Okay,
school football.
here comes the chain gang.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be close. Fred, can you see it down there?
According to the ball, Bennett, you know he didn't make it. If you look at the other
He
hash,
He made it by the skin
Oh.
of his chin. He just made it. It was a generous spot. And we're going to play this thing out. There's 1 minute left. North Springs can smell some blood in the water. I can tell you that much.
Hey, Fred, Bennett's old eyes couldn't see it. I knew it. It was by the nose.
I thought they gave him a bad spot. But I will tell you, they only have one timeout left, and there's only 1 minute left. I mean, they've got to be real careful right here.
Right.
Because the clock's running.
And they have made some mistakes, so let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Marshall's football knowledge comes into play once again.
Here we go.
I mean, two stops by New Manchester, and they're going to have to burn a timeout.
Absolutely.
So,
I don't think they have that much confidence in the kicking game.
Well, no. We said if they'd had a kicker, he'd have been out there a while ago.
Yeah.
Takes the snap, give it to him here.
Down to about the 1 yard line.
Look at that sideline, Fred.
Great surge by that North Springs line, and Hemp here he's a really good-looking back, man. I tell you what, they don't have anything. They have old Hemp here.
Oh, yeah.
You can almost hear a pin drop out here.
Well, you know what? This crowd's not giving up. Listen at them. They seem to be in behind the team. So
yeah, New Manchester's going to call a timeout here.
Well, if you remember not too long ago.
Yeah, we fumbled down here.
The Jaguars fumbled at the 1 yard line.
From what I can see, no one's left their seat, Mika.
Yeah, well, the North Springs fans are jumping up and down over there, and, with good calls.
Those benches are rocking over there.
Jaguar fans, don't forget after the game, the New Manchester High School marching red.
Do you think this will be newsworthy?
Of course it's newsworthy,
Of
Rodney.
course.
Come
of
on,
course.
come on.
Of course,
Look.
this is big news.
Fred,
Hey.
you think they'll storm the field if they win?
Well, it wouldn't be too hard to control all 40 of them, I can tell you that much.
I think it
But
would just
I
look
think
like
they have good reason to storm the field.
Oh,
I mean, if they hadn't won a game in as long as we've been talking about, they have to be pretty excited right about now.
Well, New Manchester better pull out that guts and glory Miko talked about.
Yeah. I haven't seen any glory. I've seen a lot of guts out here.
But you know what? New Manchester, they don't have anything to be ashamed of.
They don't.
They
don't.
played.
That's ganging up on me.
We have to remember that this is their first varsity game. They've been playing sophomores, and they got a relatively young team.
Look at this lineup.
But look, y'all are talking like, they're losing the game. Come on now.
That's true.
We're tied up.
Goal line stand.
We got time left on the clock and inches left to go.
Here we go. Second down, 44 seconds left on the clock. Quarterback is under center. He takes the snap. Nothing.
No,
he didn't
nothing.
get anything.
There we go.
He lost a yard.
Yes, he did.
Once again, Marshall's football knowledge is coming.
That's right.
It's coming to light.
Time on the clock, inches
It's
left to go.
time on the clock.
What did I say?
And the clock's
Football's a
running.
game
And
of
the clock
inches.
is running.
It's going to go down to
running.
15 seconds before they get the pile uncleared.
Time management.
Timeout. The referee
Well,
calls a
No,
time.
I think he just had to get them out of the
No,
pile.
He's gonna
does
reset
does
the
North
ball.
Springs have a timeout?
No,
North Springs has
there
got
was official
one timeout.
so he
Okay.
reset the ball.
Well, they can get one, maybe
gonna
two
start
more
the
plays
clock.
in before they have to kick it.
No,
No,
he stopped.
good.
They snapped the ball. They snapped the ball before the referees had it set. That's going to come back.
Yeah.
So is that a redo?
Yeah.
It's Mulligan.
Yeah.
That's backyard
Only in
football.
high
Get a
school
redo.
football.
That's a do-over.
Do-over, that's what it was.
Well, I think North Springs is going to change that play. They've tried that twice and they haven't
I'm
gone
like you,
in.
Marcia. They hadn't scored yet.
They haven't scored yet. We're a tied game. Nobody's losing here. Everybody is all tied up. So
The clock is running.
Don't count them out.
They're
That's
gonna,
right.
They're going to snap this ball with less than 15 seconds to go. I mean, they don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing. Look at this.
that's it. And that's
There we
not
go.
smart. That's not smart.
And Marcia, this is a shootout that I was referring to.
Hey, there we go. Time management.
There we go.
Oh, my
It's
goodness.
just a bunch of confusion going on right
let
now.
12 seconds run off the clock, and then they called timeout.
Yeah, not good.
A lot of confusion going on right now. A lot of confusion. Looks like nobody really knows what to do. And I mean, North Springs should be. They really should be trying to win this game right now.
But this shows why they haven't won a game. I mean, they're not managing the clock. They're not playing wisely. It shows.
Absolutely. And they haven't looked this bad all game. It's down to the crunch time, and they're starting to look bad. So we'll see. We got 13.3 seconds left.
Well, actually, this is only their first trip into the red zone since the first quarter. So we have to see what the coach comes up with. He tried 2 quarterback sneaks. They didn't work. I think he's going to come up with something different. I think they're going to throw the ball this time.
Yeah, Rod, I believe you're right. This is our first trip in the red zone.
It might be a little trickery.
Little one-on-one outside.
Hey guys, look out for a trick play. I think they're gonna pull a trick play.
If it was me, I'd get that ball to old Hemp here.
Well, the New Manchester crowd out here is roaring.
I think you got to fake it up the middle and sweep it here.
Give you the option to throw it away or run it in for 6.
You don't throw it.
No, throw it away to stop the clock.
There you go, Bennett. He threw it.
So that brings up a 4th down.
We'll see if they have a field goal kicker.
They've got one more try.
I hope he has a lob wedge in his bag.
That was a great call.
You got to kick it.
But it didn't work.
I don't care what kind of field goal kicker you got to kick it. I mean,
I would.
I would.
You know, you have nothing to lose here.
That's an extra point. If you can't kick an extra point, you shouldn't be playing high school football.
Did you see the extra point he kicked?
I don't care.
Yeah, it was a bad snap, and he got a little help from the crossbar.
He certainly did.
And the wind.
Do you remember me telling you that was decisive when that ball did crawl over the crossbar?
I don't care. You got to kick it. Surely he's kicking it.
Here we go.
He's kicking it. You got to kick it. I don't
Yes,
care. I don't care what kind of a kicker he is.
I would.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's blocked. With 7.4 seconds to go.
What a great surge by New Manchester.
I tell you what, that's amazing.
That's a one-night stay at a Heartbreak Hotel.
Listen to this crowd. No one's left.
Oh, boy.
That was a great defensive stand.
Oh, me.
Coach Cleveland's got to be happy with that.
It appears like they tried to not show that they're going to kick the field goal.
Now, what did I say? Game wasn't over. Y'all were talking sad songs. They don't have anything to feel sorry about. Come on now.
Sad songs are in style,
Hey.
Actually, the reason they hurried that kick, the play clock was running down.
Nothing like football, I tell you.
Excellent goal line stand by by the Jaguars.
That's right.
Excellent goal line stand.
You got to give them a lot of credit.
Hey, this young team dug deep. They are in this game. They are poised to win it. I think they're going to pull this thing out. Maybe not with 7.4 seconds. I think they're going to go into overtime. But I think they're going to pull it out. And, again, it goes back to what we talked about, conditioning. Go ahead, Marsha.
No, I was going to say, I think this is going to be the moment that they're going to start doing some of the things they did early in the game, pulling some of that trickery.
Yeah.
Because they understand they got to score. Nobody wants to really go further into overtime and even wear your team down further. And the temperature is dropping. Your bodies start to change a little bit because the temperature has dropped quickly. So kids, cramping and all kinds of things are going to set in. So I think we want to end this quickly.
Yeah.
And there's a little tidbit from Dr. Marsha down there.
Hey, I'm an athlete. I understand about these nighttime things.
Thank you for the WebMD update.
Hey, Miko, watch it.
Rod told me to say it.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10, 7 seconds left on the clock.
I'm just stunned.
Just hold on to the ball.
They may take a knee. They're going to take a knee.
That's right.
Yeah, they're going to take a knee.
There's no reason to try anything crazy at this point.
Take this thing into overtime and see what they can do.
That's right.
Miko said special teams was going to play a big part in this game.
Absolutely.
He called it.
I guess he was right.
Free football. Hey, we're here for free football now.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Let me see if I can't get a coach over here to talk to.
Yeah, find out how exactly the overtime goes in high school football. That would help.
So do you remember that extra point that sneaked over the crossbar?
Yeah, that was big too, huh?
Didn't I tell y'all that was big?
Yep. Wow.
And we hadn't had a point since, man. Is that amazing or what? And that was about, what, 3 minutes into, maybe 3 or 4 minutes into the first quarter?
About 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
It's past my bedtime.
Wow. Well, I didn't expect that. But I have to give credit for those 2 stops by New Manchester's defense. And I was shocked by that 3rd down play selection.
The pass call?
But it was a slant. That's the only pass play they ran all night. I wasn't surprised by that.
I think the key was that tight end right there in the middle. What do you think?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I didn't see anything move. When that quarterback tried those sneaks, it was absolutely nothing there.
Well, North Springs, I mean.
And then the pass into the end zone, I also thought that was a good call.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to give the defensive back credit. He was right there and broke that play up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was a great play.
Well,
great defensive stand by coach.
I was kind of surprised North Springs' offense kind of fell apart. The coaching staff fell apart. They let time run off the clock. I mean, their whole team just fell apart when they got down here on the 1 yard line. First and go. I mean, the clock management was terrible. The play selection was terrible. The play calling was terrible.
It looks as if they've never been in that position before.
Well, the thing I can understand is Hemp here, the number 4, the running back, has been their best player all night. He didn't get not one chance when they were on the 1 yard line.
No.
So, you know, that to me, I can't understand that.
And to run that quarterback sneak into the teeth of that defense, they had it stacked in there.
Stacked up.
That was terrible. I just don't know.
Guys, it looks like the coach just rallied the troops. I think New Manchester is ready to go and bring this thing home for the Gipper, as they say. He rallied the troops. He told them to hang in there. This is our home. This is our field. This is homecoming. We got all the things we need in our corner to win this game. So now they're going to have to go out here and pull it off.
Well, and I can tell you New Manchester has the momentum. You pull off a play like that right before you go into overtime, and considering the fact that North Springs was right at the goal line and couldn't make it, New Manchester has to close it out.
Absolutely. I think the momentum has switched. And it's been a game of momentums. It's been back and forth, and it's a good thing to take that momentum into overtime. And I think New Manchester has it, as Marcia has mentioned. They have that momentum right now, but coach has mentioned to them, hey, we got to dig deep. And we talked about this team being very young, and there's a question mark as to whether they can dig deep or not. But we're going to see right now.
Well, I think what's going to happen here is each team gets one opportunity to get this ball into the end zone.
From the 15-yard line.
Right. And if they don't get it in, either team, does that spell the end of the game?
Oh, no.
This is that college thing again. I really dislike.
I think you can end in a tie in high school.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
you
what
can
I'm
end
saying.
in a tie in high school.
I think they both get a chance, and that's it.
Yeah, that's correct. That's it. There's no playing until forever.
Yeah, sudden death. It's not sudden death.
No, there is no sudden death.
But they can kick a field goal.
Here we go.
That's correct.
They can kick a field goal or score a touchdown.
Now I think New Manchester has a pretty good kicker from what we saw the last attempt. Now he missed that field goal, but it looked pretty good.
It did. It looked really good.
It had the distance. He just missed it.
Yeah, it had the distance and the height on it. So I think that if they can't make it in, they got a good chance at a field goal.
Yeah, number 84 is his number.
What do you think, Miko? Do you think New Manchester throw the ball right here, or just stay with their wing T?
Keep the ball on the ground. Hold on tight. Let's go for a ride.
Yeah, and Trey Wilson's back in at quarterback.
He is.
There goes the workhorse again.
Yep. All the way down to the 2-yard line. So.
Yeah, I think they are in really good position to win this game right now. They're a lot closer. They might be able to punch this thing in for a score, but they're in real good field goal range right now.
Just hold on to the ball.
Benny, did you know that Hall? Did you notice that Hall had 2 hands around the ball that time?
Yeah, he's protecting a little better now.
He lost that ball into the end zone, and I think this time he's going to take it in there.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that Coach told him, look, we cannot turn this ball over. We've had a couple of problems with turnovers, but it's crunch time right now. We cannot turn this ball over. So if they can keep the ball, if they can no turnovers, no mistakes, I think they're poised to win this thing. In dramatic fashion on homecoming night, with our new announcer, Marcia Hampton, with us.
Hey, you see what kind of joys I bring to the game?
All the dramatics. She brought all the dramatics with her tonight.
She brought that Who Dat
There's a
Nation
stoppage
with her.
of play. There's a problem with the chain over there. The officials are trying to work that out.
Marsha brought that Who Dat spirit with her.
Yes, she
Hey,
did.
who that,
Who
we
dat?
that, they that, do that.
They've got it ironed out. First down.
There it is.
Yeah, walks
Yeah.
in, touchdown.
Just
She went
like
in.
that.
There
Just
we
like
go.
that.
Do you notice who took that ball into the end zone?
Ronnie
There you
Hall.
go.
Thank you.
And how appropriate is that for that guy to potentially win this game, and he's the one who fumbled there on the goal line.
Yep, got it
Yeah.
back.
Well,
That's
anytime-
redemption.
Anytime you have a player that goes out there and he plays as hard as Hall plays,
Yep.
you send him back out there and you give him the ball
Absolutely.
again. You don't.
Get his confidence back.
That's you go. You gonna need him.
As you
Every
mentioned, Miko,
ball
they
game,
didn't go
you'll
away
need-
from him. They stayed with it.
Hey, it's a big extra point right here.
It is. The snap, the hole,
The
kick
kick,
is
it's
up. It's
blocked.
blocked.
Ooh,
Blocked.
special
Blocked, no good.
teams. That
Now,
could be costly.
but hey,
Yeah, we know what
still,
North Springs kicker looks like.
No Spring still has to get that ball into the end zone.
Very true.
They still have to get it in.
Something
A
that
field
they
goal
didn't
won't
do
do
the
right
last
now.
time.
Field goal won't do.
Now, Fred, can you get a first down from the 15-yard line?
Yes, the
You can?
Jaguars got
They
the
got a
Yeah.
first down?
Yeah, you
All
can
right,
get it
you
for
can
one
get
first down.
So it's not 4 downs. You can get a first down.
Right.
Right.
One
All right,
first down.
They go to the same end zone.
I think New Manchester can hold this team. I think they can stop this team right here. They showed that they can stop this team. And North Springs, they just look confused right now. They don't look like they know what to do.
North Springs?
North Springs looks confused.
Well, that's what we talked about. When they were first and goal down here, we thought the players and the coaching staff and everybody fell apart. I mean, their play selection and everything.
Absolutely.
Time controlling and everything. So we'll see.
So if I was a Spartan coach right now, I'd probably go with the slant.
Yeah.
Marsha, what you think?
I wouldn't go with the quarterback sneak like
Guys-
we did twice down here. That's for sure.
Guys, let Marsha call what's going to happen, Marsha.
Well, they're gonna throw, and it's not gonna. Well, here we go. A running
that's
play.
big.
It's nothing surprising there. I mean,
No.
they've been running that same play for the last couple of downs here, and it hadn't been working. That's why I say I think New Manchester can stop this team, and bring this victory on home. I think they can stop them right here.
Yeah, I actually thought to score through a throw, only because running, I just don't think that they will be able to break through the line.
Yeah.
That brings up a second down and long.
It's 4 down territory, that's for
Got
sure.
two backs.
The quarterback's going to keep her. He's going to pick up 3 yards.
2 down territory.
Picks up about 3 yards. That brings up a third down and long.
Yeah, 3rd and 7.
This is definitely a throwing down. What do you think, Bennett?
Well, it's a throwing down, but
You gotta throw.
I know they don't want to.
At this point, you can't run. You got to get this ball into the zone. This is sudden death.
Yeah.
You only get one opportunity here.
You've got two down territory. Field goal doesn't do any good right now. You can run the ball. I don't think it'd be a wise choice, but you can.
Old Nathaniel Nassim, number 14.
Thank you.
That's who he's looking for. Watch this.
The slant.
Slant,
First
and it was
down.
successful.
First down.
I don't think he got a first down.
Yes, he did.
It's going to be close.
No, he didn't. He didn't make it to
No,
the
he's gonna
5-yard line.
He's going to be about 2 yards short.
I thought he was past the 5.
Going to be
Brings
4th and 2.
But, hey, that was good.
Well, this kind of scenario is on the back of a T-shirt.
You had to throw that ball to get it closer. So, you know, that was a great play. You did have 2 plays to get this first down.
Yeah.
So you got to give it to them. They did what they had
Guys,
to do.
this is a huge stop right here. We need to get this stop.
I think you have to roll out right here and either tuck it or throw it.
Yeah, 4th and 2. This is your ball game.
It's the ball game.
On the line.
Snap.
Oh.
He plunges
Yeah, I think he got
ahead.
it. He got it. He
That was
picked
a
it up.
pretty gutsy call. Look. Nope.
Yeah, he got it.
Rodney saying no.
No, he got it.
Yeah, I think they got that.
Yeah.
It's,
From the way the side judge ran in,
Yeah,
if
it's
he
gonna-
ran
it's
in,
gonna be a
I don't
first
think they got it.
I think he said it was a gutsy call. I think that was the only call they could make.
They're going to bring the chains out. I don't think they got it.
Yeah.
I think they got it.
That ball is not on the 5-yard line.
The North Springs coach on the other sidelines is kind of jumping up and down like it was a bad spot. So we'll see.
That ball is not on the 5-yard line, Fred. That's where it needs to be.
Okay.
I'm with Rodney. They're going to bring the chains out. I don't think they got it.
That would really be nice. That would really be nice.
He's got his credit card out.
It looks like
dental
he might
floss.
And he got it. Oh,
wow!
It had to be close.
Wow!
The New Manchester players were right there, and they were jumping up and down. It had to be close. So it's going to be first and goal from the 5-yard line for North Springs.
Once again, the stands from the Spartans are booming.
Yeah.
So
life.
Then again, Bennett, taking that on third down, using 2 plays to get that first down, that was a great call by the coach.
Yeah.
Great play.
Yeah, it was good coverage, too, by the defensive back for New Manchester. He
was right there.
Snuck it in there.
Guys, I think the longer this game goes, the more it's important for New Manchester to win the game.
Cuts it back into the middle, and he stacked up down around this 3-yard line.
I was saying, guys, that the longer it goes, the more important it is for New Manchester to win this thing. It's going to play heavy on their psyche if they don't. I mean, to dig this far and this deep and come this far and come this close and be turned away, it could be detrimental to them.
Yeah.
Such a young team, you question whether they have the mental toughness to turn around from a potential loss of this nature. So it makes it much more important for them to pull this game out.
Yeah.
Well,
no gain there.
I don't think it's going to hurt them because, first of all, they'll walk away with a near varsity win.
There's the slant.
Oh,
they got him.
Wow.
Well, 2 more plays to get 5 yards.
If they don't get this win, Fred, at least they know they can play with a varsity team.
Okay, are we going back to that at least they know again?
Yeah.
We're not going there.
No.
We're not going to go there.
No, we're not going to go there.
I'm with Marshall on that.
I think North Springs is going to have to get it out wide in order to score. I don't think they can go up the middle on New Manchester. I think the quarterback's going to have to roll out, maybe option or something.
I'm with you on that one, Bennett.
Yeah, I think New Manchester's just got it stacked. I guess if we get one timeout in overtime, New Manchester just called theirs.
Do you think you toss this ball to your best player, old Hemp Hill, or do you try to throw it into the end zone?
I think you toss it here.
Old Hemp Hill, let him roll in.
I think you got to get closer.
I got to go with the halfback pass.
Woo! That'd be a good one.
Video game offense. Keep them guessing.
Well, they got 2 plays to get it in from the 5-yard line.
He doesn't necessarily have to throw it. He can run it. He can put his head down.
Well, I think you have to run it, get a little closer to the end zone here. I think if you throw it and it's an incomplete pass, it leaves you with 5 yards to go and it puts you in a bad situation.
I'll tell you what, if North Spring coach, if he has something that he hasn't used all night, that's what he got to do right here. He got to come up with something that they hadn't seen. Anything to get him into this end zone.
That's 3rd and 5, sports fans.
I tell you, this defense has really held up for New Manchester. Let's see if they can do it 2 more plays.
They've been tested, and they passed just about every test.
Looks like they're lining up just in a straight eye backfield. New Manchester's got the defensive line and the linebackers stacked, anticipating going up the middle, and they're going to throw it.
Wow.
There's a slant pass, and he scores.
That's old Nathaniel Nazem again. Didn't I tell you that number 14? He's been the
the sidelines are going crazy now. Fred, you talk about karma.
Yeah.
Now the field goal extra point kicker for North Springs has got a little chance for redemption here.
He does.
Let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Those goalposts could be in jeopardy.
I doubt that.
Yeah, I doubt that too.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Department standing right here to my left, and
yeah. Not only that, Bennett, I don't think the 40 of them could pull it down.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Those are rather large tubas they have over there.
North Springs had one timeout left, and that's a pretty good call right there to take it.
Ice that quicker.
Settle everything down, and give their kicker a time to think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
They icing the kicker.
Icing the kicker. Well,
that slant has been awful effective.
Yeah, that's a gutsy call there on 3rd down.
Now, guys, let's say that he misses this field goal. Do we go into another session?
No, I think it ends right there.
It does.
It ends?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
It is. The fat lady will have sung.
Don't quote me on that, Fred.
Yeah, I think that's it myself. I don't think you play on any. They might arm wrestle.
I'd probably just line up and throw another slant.
Yeah, guys, I don't get that. I'd rather them keep playing.
I don't know if this is the same kicker or not. Is this the same guy that kicked?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Is it?
They have to get through there.
Nope.
Wow.
Got a little dirty laundry.
Somebody moved. That's going to back them up 5 yards. What do you do right here?
They got 12 men on the field, I think. Yep, they got 12 guys on the field, North Springs. That may be a 15-yarder.
That's a substitution
That may be a 15-yarder.
Another example of mistakes. But if they pull it off, the person who wins the game wins.
That's only a 5-yarder, thank goodness, for them.
It's just surprising. This North Springs team is you would think that New Manchester would be the team that's, having all these tribulations at the end of the game.
Don't forget these guys hadn't won a game in 3 years.
For the win.
Yep, here we go.
The snap.
The kick.
Wow.
No good.
No good.
He hooked it to the left.
No good.
Wow.
Looks like the coaches are gathering the players. I think they're going to do this again.
Well,
they should. They should.
And I'm looking, the kicking here in the game tonight has proven not to be effective at all on either side.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, special teams is going to be key to the success.
They're talking this over, Fred. I think we do it one more time.
I really hope so. I hope they wouldn't end this type of game on a tie. Just doesn't seem fair.
Well,
doesn't seem fair that somebody has to lose, but I'd rather that than a tie.
Well, Coach Rob is gathering his troops, and we're going to see what happens. Look like
they're
going
going
back out there.
They're going back out there.
Go for it. Go for it.
I would think North Springs would probably go on offense first.
Yeah.
And see what they can do. Yeah. New Manchester's going on defense.
Now, see, that's interesting. I wonder what does the rule book say? Does the rule book say that each team has a possession in overtime, or does it, all depend on whether the coaches want them to continue or not?
No, each team gets a possession. They flip-flop. The team that went first, next time the other team goes first.
Okay.
And both teams get a chance to score.
Yeah.
But I believe that
if one scores and the other one doesn't,
exactly,
it's over.
Yeah, but I think the extra point may no longer be an option. I think you have to go to 2. That way it sort of takes the percentage down.
It's not college football, Miko.
Yeah.
It could be. Though.
So it's only 2 times that you go.
It's Friday, not Saturday, Miko.
Okay, it's only 2 times?
It's getting late.
Only 2 times. So
okay.
So North Springs will take over from the 15-yard line. We had movement by New Manchester, so that's going to give them a 5-yard. That's big.
Oh, you
starting
sure? Was
from the
he
15.
drawn off? He could have been drawn off.
I think he came across, so it's going to be on New Manchester. So that's going to give 5 big yards to North Springs.
Let's look at this.
Yep. Offsides on New Manchester.
Boy, they don't give these kids a chance to get back anymore.
That's 30% of your yards on a penalty right there, huh?
Is that normal? Is that normal that the kids don't get a chance to get back?
Marcia, you like that arithmetic up there?
I'm listening to y'all. I think before we come back to the next game, we need to get a playbook, high school football rules. Too many I don't knows up here.
All right, so I guess we're first and 5 yards, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, first and 5.
I say you go the end zone here.
He gives it over
Takes
here,
it outside.
He takes it. Oh, they lost yards.
Yeah, they lost yardage on
They're
that.
going to be back.
Put some back
Second
around there. They lost 5 yards.
Yeah, second and 10 now.
Well, that's a good stop for New Manchester.
Absolutely.
To take it back, to gain back that yardage.
Yep.
Second down, 10 yards to go.
I tell you, on first and 5, Fred, I believe I got to throw it in the end zone.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You have to go for that one on there. And they weren't prepared for that type of play.
No.
Well, you've actually got 3 downs to get a first down. So I don't think you're desperate right now and just throw it into the end zone. You got to get
It's
yardage.
second down right now.
You got to get something out of this.
Looks like a run in the option.
The toss is to him. Hill. He takes it around the corner, and he picks up about 7 or 8 yards. And that's what I'm
that's
talking
a play I liked a while ago.
Yeah. You're not going to heave that ball.
Yeah.
Dirty, got a hanky on the floor.
That's the play they should have used earlier.
Right. That's the play I wanted down here on the 1 yard line. Yeah. Well, we got a flag. Looks like they're talking to New Manchester's going to be holding on North Springs. That's going to push him back.
That's going to bring him back.
Another penalty.
Another penalty. Another mistake.
Well, these guys got to be getting tired now.
Yeah.
That's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 12 yards to go.
Yeah, that kind of changes your game plan here.
Bennett, you mentioned about these guys being tired. I'm actually somewhat impressed with New Manchester's defense. They've been hanging in there.
Oh, absolutely.
They've been playing good. They've been holding well.
And that big number 87, he's a tight end also, so I know he's playing both ways.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask of these kids, to go out there and just give all you got and just try to hold up. You got
2nd and 17. We've got one-on-one coverage over here on the left side, Fred.
Yeah, we might want to watch that. And actually, they've been going at that number 10 all day.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing some good defense, but they've been going
They're
at
going
him.
after him. There it is. Throw it straight up.
A
great catch.
He caught that.
Yes, he caught it. And that was a penalty, too.
I think that's defensive interference.
It is an interference penalty. That was a great catch by Nazem right there.
Yep, you called it, Fred.
Yeah.
Oh, he pushed off.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was offensive pass.
Offensive pass interference.
Yeah, offensive.
Oh, it's offensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It was a lot of touching and pushing over there. I saw that.
That's unfortunate.
And
That was a
normally when
great
you have that
catch.
touching and pushing on both ends, it goes to the defensive player. The call goes against him.
Well, the problem with that, Fred, is the defensive player had his back to the receiver, and the receiver pushed him off and then caught the ball.
Okay.
Right. So he had no chance for the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, that ball was underthrown.
It was.
But that was a great catch. It's unfortunate it didn't go for anything.
Well, I say let's line it up and do it again.
That brings up a 2nd down and about 25 yards to go.
Wow. So we know they're throwing now, right?
That desperation heave sounds good now.
Here we go.
Takes him out of field goal range.
You know, and New Manchester's going to get the ball on the 15-yard line. How many plays do you run before you kick a field goal?
Well, depending on.
Hey, I think I just.
Go ahead, Rodney.
I kick it about after at 3rd down. I kick the ball in case something happens. You get another kick.
Yeah.
You kick it twice.
Yep.
It's a good point.
Bobble the snap or something, you kick it again.
Absolutely.
But I think
they're going to go back at number 10. I think they're going to go back.
They still got one-on-one coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe it.
They've had some success over there. There it is.
Oh, he threw the wrong pass.
Wrong pass.
The guy ran a slant and the guy ran a fly pattern. But now we got a personal foul on roughing the passer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Fred, that's an automatic
That's
first
an automatic
down.
first down wherever it's going to go. But, yeah. Wow.
Guys, it's just a comedy of errors right now.
The original line of scrimmage is a 15-yard line. Now it's going to be first down from about the 25-yard line. So it's changed the whole complexity of this overtime.
Yeah, I think players are getting anxious. They're ready to wrap this up, and they're making very silly mistakes.
Well, here we go, back and forth.
Yeah, they're going to have to move the chains. That should be an automatic first down.
Costly penalty.
Yep. First down.
Yeah, automatic first. Anytime there's a personal foul, there's an automatic first down that comes along with the penalty yardage.
That's huge. Well, we got a different formation over here on the left side. We got trips, 3 receivers.
Stacked up over here on the left side.
It's like a little confusion for the
Quarterback
Jaguars.
in the shotgun. He takes the snap. There was no play. That was actually
Timeout by the Jaguars.
Coach Cleveland saw something he didn't like, and he called the timeout.
We had 12 guys on the field. This number 47 was running off. And that's their only time out of this overtime, so we had to burn one there. We had 12 guys on the field. That could be big.
Could be costly.
Yeah.
Who's that who had 12 guys on the field? Is that North Springs again?
No,
it was
New Manchester. We had to call a timeout, so we burned our only timeout of overtime.
Oh, wow.
One of our guys was running off.
Okay.
That's why they snapped the ball, trying to get the penalty.
Well, for their first homecoming, this makes for a very interesting game.
It does.
Absolutely, and nobody is left. Everybody is still here.
Yeah, as the clock hits 10:30 p.m. here at New Manchester High School.
And keep in mind that the New Manchester High School band is putting on a performance after the game.
Wow.
Are you staying for the band, Marsha?
Of course, I got to interview the band. You can't leave without having to see the band.
Marsha, I might let you have that. I think
I
I'm going to
think
get
so.
out of here. I think I'm going to get out of here.
Look, but he didn't realize. I think our producer of the show said that we had to stay for a minute at least to interview somebody.
The give is to Hemp Hill. He stacked up down around the 21-yard line for only about a 2-yard gain.
Yep, 2 hard yards. That defense is still fighting for New Manchester. Those guys have been out there a long time.
Coach Rob got to be pleased with that.
Oh, yeah.
He said his kids are not going to quit. He said that at halftime.
Oh yeah, they'll be in the whirlpool tomorrow. I guarantee you that.
Quit.
Guarantee they got some whirlpools at this facility somewhere.
I think that's one of the first things he gonna mention to him is no one quit tonight.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, that's gonna bring up a second down and looks like about 8 yards to go. Ball at the 21-yard line.
Looks like we're
at
going
the
trips again.
19-yard line.
Yeah, we're going a little wildcat
Trips.
formation.
Quarterback's in the shotgun. We got Trips over here to the left.
have
He
too
takes
many
the ball. He
defenders.
tosses
There's
it
that
to Hemp Hill. Here comes Hemp Hill. He cuts it in and makes it
Looks like a
about.
fumble. Looks like a fumble.
Wow. That could be crucial.
It looks like it might be New Manchester
Manchester
ball.
ball.
And New Manchester has recovered.
Wow.
There's a couple of players down on the field. Okay, one's jumped up. Okay, they're both up.
Yeah, I think everybody's good. Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Offense should be rested up.
Yeah.
Hey, where do you kick it, Bennett? Do you kick it right here?
No, you don't kick it here.
I think you have to run this ball in.
Not just yet, Rodney.
No,
not just yet.
You drive it in there a couple of plays, Rod, before you boot it.
Yeah. They're going to have to move that kicker back maybe 1 or 2 yards. It looked like North Springs is getting some good penetration on those last couple of kicks.
I'm going to be honest with you, Rod. I hope we don't have to kick it.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing. Let's just go ahead and run this on in.
Let's give this ball to number 1 and see what number 1 can do with it.
Let's let Ronnie Hall carry
That's
the mail.
right. Mr.
Let's
Hall.
get out of here.
So you go for the win right now.
Yeah.
You got one-on-one on the bottom.
I think that's just what they're going to do. I think they're going to ride Mr. Hall to the end. There he goes.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Oh, good run.
Fighting for yardage down the 10-yard line.
Keep those feet moving.
Yeah, as Marsha mentioned earlier, that the offense should be fresh. They've been sitting down for a minute.
This is their homecoming. They want it.
Yeah, I think they're hungry now.
That's right. It's theirs to lose.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
All right, here we go. Second down. Ball at the 10-yard line. Wilson's under the center. He takes the snap. The give is to Hall. And he's stacked up down around the 8-yard line, drug back.
You got to keep in mind whenever they stack up the run, all those hands in
That's
there
going
trying
to
to
bring
strip
up a
the ball.
third down. So, hey, Bennett, do we kick it right here?
I don't think you kick it.
Why not?
Bennett, I'm telling you that New Manchester, that kicker looked pretty good.
He did look good, and we only need they only need 3 points.
And if he misses, do they get another kick? I think they get another kick
exactly.
if he misses.
It's third down. Yeah, they get another.
I'm
kick.
a little wary of the kicker. We don't have a warm-up net over here on the sidelines at New Manchester. We gotta hook him up with one of those.
I think they're gonna let old Hall finish this thing off.
Yeah. This is a big play here. I mean, if we don't get it here, you have a decision to make. That's for sure.
About 3rd and 3.
They need
Snap,
positive
the
yards.
give is to.
There it is.
Wilson
there he
keeps
goes.
it, takes it around the corner, and he's in for a touchdown.
Oh, they pushed him out about
No,
the
they
1
pushed him
yard
out
line.
about the
But that's
1
a
yard line.
That's a first down.
That brings up first down and 1 yard to go.
All right.
First and goal.
Anything
They
can
knocked
happen
him
on the
out
1
right
yard
at
line.
the pylon.
That's right. We're back to those inches.
Listen at this crowd.
All right. Let's let Mr. Hall run us in, and then we can get out of here.
Mr. Perry sounds like he's ready to get home.
I'm ready to go. My back is starting to stiff up on me, guys.
You need to stand on the turf.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's right.
Now, I thought you liked this weather. You're from Wisconsin, right?
Oh, no, I've been standing now. I didn't say I was cold.
Quarterback sneak. Do they give it to him? Touchdown!
Oh, that's it.
Game over.
New Manchester.
They have won their homecoming.
All right. All right.
You got to give Coach Rob a lot of credit.
Oh,
man.
I tell you what, his
He come
guys'
out here and he
fault.
fought hard
They
and
never
just-
gave up. We gave up on them twice, I think.
Hey, y'all
Didn't
did.
we?
Y'all did. You
Yeah,
sure
we
did. Hey, and we got it on film to play it back.
But I tell you what, they
We
never
gave
gave
on
up.
these guys.
He's got to be proud of these kids. Maybe we can get Fred to get an interview with him, and got to give him all the credit.
Well, I tell you what, it was a hard-fought game. There wasn't a lot of scoring, but hey, somehow New Manchester managed to pull this thing out.
Oh yeah,
That was a great game.
A lot of
It was.
mistakes by North Springs. Obviously, they had their opportunities, and New Manchester had some opportunities that they didn't capitalize on. But good game.
I think both teams got to go away feeling good about this game.
Oh yeah, it got to a point to where it looked like neither team wanted to win the game, but in the end, New Manchester came up with a big win,
They
win
won.
against a varsity team, and
Talk to me.
should be happy.
And North Springs didn't get beat by 60 tonight.
No, they were in it to the end. They actually pushed it to overtime, so I think both coaches have to be pleased. North Springs has got to feel like one got away from them, but good game.
Well, being the Spartans, you got to walk away, even though that you feel that you should have won the game. It was still a good game, close game.
Close game.
You
and
build on that.
Thank you. I like that word.
Builds a little
Mika.
character.
You can build on that. So I think all in all, it was good for them. They had both teams had opportunities,
throughout the game.
during regulation. Now, in the overtime, New Manchester was able to pull this thing out, but each one of them had those opportunities, which they have to, like Miko said, build on what they did tonight, and we'll see where it goes. I think Fred has someone there.
Yeah, I think Fred's trying to get Ronnie Hall down on the field. Ronnie played a big game. Throw it down to Fred.
Guys, I'm standing here with Ronnie Hall, pretty much the hero of this game. Ronnie, excellent game tonight. Can you tell us what was going through your mind there in the overtime?
I felt we got anxious in the first half. When we settled down, we actually played football like we play every week. And our O-line blocking, we got it in.
Okay.
Well, and to win your homecoming, how does that feel, being the first year at this school?
You can't explain it. Everybody thought we were going to come out here and lose every game, and we ain't lost yet. So it feel good to me.
Well, congratulations, and I know you got to get back to your team.
Excellent. Congratulations. And to back Mr. Hall up is the New Manchester Lady Jaguars.
Well said, Fred.
Hey, like I said, nothing like high school football.
Nothing like high school football. Back to you, Bennett.
All right, Fred. And, you got to feel good for Mr. Hall. He fumbled down on the 1 yard line.
Absolutely.
And then to come back and to score that touchdown and to have the game that he did. We don't have any stats, but I'm sure that he had several yards tonight. And he kind of redeemed himself. And, that builds character when he comes back from a fumble and then has a great game. So got to feel good about that, Rod.
Yeah, Coach Rob, I think that's what he expect out of his older guys. Like Hall, I think Hall's a junior. There's a lot of sophomores on the team and a couple of seniors. But Hall is definitely one of the leaders. And anytime you can get a guy like that to play like he played tonight, it inspires these other kids to one day play like that themselves. What do you think about that, Miko?
I think both teams walk away gaining a lot from today.
Oh, yeah, I think they certainly did. North Spring, they didn't win the game, but they did come out and they played hard. They didn't give up a lot of points tonight. But, I think all in all, the coaches are pleased over there.
Yep.
I think
both teams walk away as one cohesive unit.
Well, Fred, I think we can say that this was an outstanding game, and I thank y'all for having me to host a game like this.
Absolutely, Marcy. It's been a pleasure having you. Hopefully you'll come back for the last couple that we have.
Oh, I'll come back, because, listening to you guys talk about football, and I think Bennett and Rodney were right. They were kind of giving up on the team toward the end, talking about how good it was to both teams were playing. But as we have said all along throughout the game, that football is a game of inches, still a lot of time on the clock, so both teams fought hard. But we're happy to say that the Douglas County team, New Manchester, came out on top.
Absolutely, and we got a lot more than what we bargained for tonight. I don't know, it's kind of a question mark on this game tonight. We didn't actually know what we were going to see, a good offense, good defense. I think we saw a good mix of both. Towards down the stretch of the game, we saw a lot of mistakes and a lot of confusion going on, but that's typical of a young team. Both teams are young. North Springs is definitely struggling right now, hadn't won a game in a couple of years. New Manchester, this was a game for them, a gut check for them. They passed that test, and it's good to see.
Well, and I will say before we wrap it up that New Manchester definitely should be proud of themselves, especially for their defense, their offense, and some of the creative plays that they came up with, because this is something definitely to build on for a football team.
Absolutely, absolutely. Back to you, Bennett.
All right, Fred, appreciate it. Great game. Well, Rod, what do you think? It's our first overtime game for CITITV Sports, and it was a dandy, wasn't it?
It was an exciting game. It was the first varsity game for New Manchester, and I think they passed the test.
Good. Oh, they did. I think both coaches have to be pleased. They got a great facility here at New Manchester. I think he's got some great young kids to build on, and I think he'll continue to have success. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap it up here for CITITV Sports. Going to go down and enjoy the New Manchester band, and we appreciate you watching CITITV Sports.
For Bennett Oliver and Miko Bursich, I'm Rodney Moreland. Thank you for watching.
big round of applause for your 2011 New Manchester High School marching redcoats under the leadership of Damian Gators.